excited than anything now. Like, my nerves are kind of gone now.
Yeah. Once you start running and you get into the muscle memory of doing a run, you'll be fine.
Change my hotkey.
Hey, you are live. Count me down when you're ready, and good luck.
Okay, thank you. Alright, we are ready in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, hello everybody, this is Final Fantasy X-2. The long-awaited sequel, in air quotes, of a wonderful game, Final Fantasy X. The sequel that we always wanted. I'm kidding. Not many people like this game. I'm kidding. So yeah, I'm Shadoway, commentators Christinarium. How's it going, everybody? We're crashing a concert by a fake Yuna. It's spoiler alert, it's not actually Yuna.
That was a spoiler alert, and I'm now hurt.
Yeah. And so I'm gonna focus on the combat a little bit here.
So, this is probably one of the only times in the run where we use
Hey, Shadow.
Riku and Pain.
What's
You
up?
turned around.
Your audio dropped, your mic dropped considerably since more setup.
Really? I didn't change anything. That's weird.
You just want to give yourself a cheeky little boost of volume after this fight?
I can't. That's the thing. Like, this is the highest it'll go. I can't.
I mean, am I still audible? Or...
Okay, I was able to boost you a little bit more.
Okay.
Okay.
No, fine.
Like, the only way I could really, like, balance it out is by lowering the game audio, because this is as high as I can go.
No, it wouldn't be 10-2 in a marathon without some kind of audio
Yeah, totally.
issue. 10-2 has them aplenty. So what you missed there was us kicking someone's butt who is Yuna but wasn't Yuna. It's complicated, we won't explain it.
Yeah.
This little section here is pretty much the only time in the game that we are going to be using Yuna, Riku, and Pain.
Yep.
He's doing a skip here. Yep, cool. So you can skip those goons running at you if you just run to the right a little bit. It's a really hard skip to get that you're laughed at in the community if you fail.
Where's the imposter?
Raise the
This
game
one, we're
audio?
just going to kill them down as quickly as we can and then steal an accessory from both of them. This is so we have enough gil for some wristbands and charm bangle. This game gives you charm bangle so early on in the game. It's really nice. It means we don't have encounters for the rest of the run. The way this game does random encounters is awful, so we're really, really grateful.
Do I need to raise the game audio at all? Do I?
No, I think people are memeing because 10-2 game audio is
Fair enough.
memeable, some may suggest.
Fair enough. Alright, so this is LeBlanc. We're fighting the LeBlanc Syndicate. That's these three guys, Ormi, Logos, and LeBlanc. This is the first and only time we'll see the dress sphere mechanic be put into play in the game, where we have to change dress spheres mid-battle, which is basically just like jobs from the other Final Fantasy games.
Yeah, it's a really cool early 13 combat.
Yeah.
But it's also really slow to do, and it doesn't do as much damage as monsters do.
So, as always, I'm gonna try to get some attacks, chains, and stun locks together, because you'll do more damage that way.
We do damage if you very quickly attack together. There's something you want to do in this fight called Thunder Skip. If Riku crits enough, you get to skip LeBlanc's Thunder. If she gets it off, whoever she's targeting can't attack. You did crit enough and she died before Thunder Skip.
I won't let you off so easily next time.
You have the power of talent, skill, and Riku critting on your side.
So we're gonna skip the dancing Yuna cutscene here, because she's got a bit of fancy feet here.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot to split. I'm using a splits on my end.
My body just.
Yep, I don't think that matters to the stream.
No, it does not.
So skip forward a bit, Toys.
Yeah.
We get to show you guys how monsters are captured in a second. It's not quite now. We have to
Yeah.
do obligatory
Cutscenes
cutscene and
such.
story stuff. Go through to Brother. Who remembers Brother from 10? That shy, awkward pilot who had that very emotional moment where he just managed to blurt something out in English that he clearly didn't speak very well. Well, in this game, he's a caricature of his former self.
Yeah.
He really fancies Yuna, and he will make it known
I'd like to know.
multiple times across the run.
I'd like to know that Yuna and Brother are cousins. God dang it, Japan.
Look, this is Spira, it's a different world. I don't know how their customs and culture work. So you're supposed to go in here, have a cheeky little chat with Shopkeep. We don't need that. You only need to run like 3/4 of the way down the hallway, go straight back.
Alright.
The last piece of tech that was found in the run, time save, was 3 years ago, and it's this here. Let's hang on. Let's see if anybody notices it. And it just happened. Good. We talked to Shinra after the alarm goes off, so he doesn't have one line of dialogue. That was the last piece of tech that was found in the run 3 years ago, by the way.
Real quick, chat. I'm gonna need some bless RNG in chat.
We're gonna need some blessed RNG. We're gonna put down some creature creates, some traps, pods, creature. We're gonna capture some monsters. And we didn't get what we wanted. Unlucky. So now we hope that it gives us an S. It gave you an M.
Of course it did.
Okay. There we're doing this again, are we? All right. Well, it will find nothing because an M can find nothing there, and this time we get an S. Good. Last time in the marathon we found 3 M's in a row, which is awful. Only S's can catch what we want, so you just put the M's down, abandon them. It's not great for the environment, but when a Spira forget about that. So we need the Flam from Moonflow, and now we need Goon and Femgoon from Guado Salam. And you got the Gun Snaky Boy. Not quite the one we need.
Got the other dumb snaky boy.
Ah, good, okay. Well, unlucky, worst possible RNG, it happens.
Yeah.
It could go worse than this, though, so it's not the end of...
Oh, got another M. Got another.
Okay, well, I spoke too soon. Alright. Again, we only need S's. The game can give you an M back. It's seldom ever done. We've had 2 of them. I'm not going to call out chat and say that it's your fault that we got this bad RNG, but
another
if we had, like,
M?
5 times the amount of left RNGs, it would have been fine. We got another M. Okay, that's... Oh my lord. So this isn't particularly bad. It's not like run ending. It's just a bit of time loss. It's also just a bit memey.
Yeah.
That you'd get this many times in a row.
Oh, of course I got another M at the end after I got everything.
Yeah, so the first time we spoke to Shinra, we got a garment grid. The garment grid just gives us a little more strength and magic if we equip. So now we're putting Brother in our party. Quick cheeky little mention in advance. You guys should check out Brother's attack animations. They are a sight to behold.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, done with the menu there.
So we're about to see the power of creatures. Some people may be sad that Yuna, Riku, and Pain aren't going to be particularly featured. Don't worry, you'll see them in all the cutscenes we can't skip arbitrarily. So there won't be a lack. Also, earlier on, I said the last bit of tech that was found in the run. In PC, there was something found like, I don't know when, 18 months ago, I guess, at this point, where we use Flan, and it's a lot quicker. I more meant in the PS2. In PS2, any percent, there's been nothing found in that category. I mean, it's seeming like upwards of 100 years right now. I'm pretty sure it's getting to the point where I'm going to have to ask my grandmother. So, there was a sphere found in Gagazet, and lots of sphere hunters are on their way to try and find it. not many of them have the equipment to come along, so it's only us and, you guessed it,
That's
the
fine.
LeBlanc Syndicate.
I should note real quick, we are going around. You may have noticed during the Ormi and Logos fight that I did steal a couple accessories, and I just grabbed an accessory there. We're looking to grab a couple more accessories so I can sell them and buy
Take
some
this
things later.
Yeah, I mentioned that at the time.
Yeah. So I have to pay attention to steals on this next fight.
If he doesn't get enough steals, he is gonna have to grab a yellow ring. It's like 2 seconds time loss. It's
White ring.
it barely matters.
White ring.
Oh right, you get yellow ring just there. Yeah, it's white
Yeah.
ring. In this game, there's a few cutscenes that
Who's there?
can't be skipped until an arbitrary amount of things have happened. This cutscene can't be skipped until 2 camera changes happen. No other cutscene in the game is like it. It's some you just can't skip for a while.
Alright, enjoy Brothers Attack animations.
Yep. That's right. What is the most strongest part of a man's body? Is it his leg? Is it his arm, fist? Maybe? No, it's his butt is dangerous. I mean, so, like, as you can already see, these guys, the creatures, are doing a crazy amount more damage than the girls can.
Yeah.
Or ever.
So I got steals off of all 3 of the LeBlanc Syndicate, which means I don't have to go out of my way for the white ring.
Think she is. She's getting hurt.
The way the combat works in 22 with creatures, think uninteractive Pokemon.
Yes.
So there are stars at the top. When they're at 5, you deal lots of damage but take lots of damage. When it's at 1, you take little damage at all, but you deal little, like barely any damage. And if it's on and 0 is escape.
You
Yeah.
look sad.
So we're gonna do a little more Bless RNG because, as we mentioned earlier, random encounters are random. We do not have the Charm Bangle yet, so we're gonna hope for a low amount of encounters while we climb Mount Gagazet here. Because you can get
Yes.
anywhere from like 0 to like 5 or 6.
Yeah, so once again, to flame the game a little bit, the encounters in this system are just bizarre. You can have exactly the same movement, so Shadowway can run side by side, and he can get 0 encounters and I can get 5 by doing the exact same movement. And unlucky, there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
But right after this, we go and get a Charm Bangle, which stops any encounter ever showing up in the rest of the game. It is amazing that you can get it that early.
There's
You know
one.
what? That's a very apt description. Or it's basically auto chess for anybody who's
Yes.
played auto chess.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Also, Brother has the best dance moves. Period. Like bar none.
Yeah, Brother in Another Life was a hip kids dancer.
Yeah.
On here, how many encounters have we got so far? Just the one, right?
Yep. 2.
Okay, well, you know what? 2 is fine. And that time we only have one person bless RNGing in chat, and it worked a lot better.
Yeah.
So, no offense, chat, but from now on, we're just not going to ask you for good luck. At all.
Come on.
You guys can stay quiet. It's clear what's working.
Come on, Chris.
We're gonna run with that.
So Ormi's here to show the ladies a nice warm welcome. More minions to fight. More booty bumping to do.
Yeah.
More dance moves.
Now, these fights get a little bit more complicated in Zanarkand because you're fighting goons, but you have a
Yes.
she-goon and a goon in your party?
Mhm.
So... like, how much left of the battle is really an unknown.
It's okay. Walk the room. To be fair, this game isn't exactly memorable. Oh, there's the jump glitch.
Ah, the jump glitch. I was hoping I wouldn't have to mention. We're not quite sure how it works, but when Yuna jumps up there, when you go to jump onto the next ledge, instead of jumping forward, she jumps to the left, back down. We don't know why it happens, we don't know how it happens. It just does sometimes.
Yeah. To explain real quick, no, they did not mod in these characters. This is the HD version where the creature creator exists, and you're allowed to basically fight with monsters.
Yeah.
And monsters are much more powerful than the ladies.
They were also in the original JP release, which leads them more credence.
Yeah. It will be showcased right now on Boris the Crab.
No, we didn't even let chat try and guess Boris the Crab's name. But yes, this is Boris the...
And he's dead. Just like that.
And then we get the wonderful sphere, but it's fine. They didn't even want it anyway. The best girl in this game is Shalinda, and I hope that puts that particular debate.
Okay, so I'm gonna put I'm gonna mute Chris because he's wrong in every way. He's wrong, and he's fired as a commentator.
There was a meme in 10 that every new thing we found was just another way to skip Shalinda.
Yeah.
And everything we do skips Shalinda, so all we need to do is skip her in High Bridge, and she's basically gone from the game.
Yeah. Would you like to explain why the monsters are more OP than the ladies?
They just attack like trucks, pretty much. And on top of that, we can get accessories later on.
Yeah.
That will boost Flan's damage, so he does 9999. So he makes very long fights very, very, very...
right.
The route to do... Yeah, you need to go and talk to Shin. Oh, wait, no, you
Cabin.
need to go and...
Sell items.
Cabin, yeah. You need to cabin and then talk to Shinra, right? Yeah, cool, that's where you're at.
Yes.
So, in the PS2 route, the NA PS2 route, you put Pain as a Black Mage, and the other two as Dark Knights. They have lots of health and self-destruct on people, and Pain ATB weights casting magic.
But
it's really dangerous, it's really risky, and it's considerably slower than Creature.
Yeah. I should note none of that is important because I just sold all of the accessories I got there. We need at least 8,100 gil, which I do have, so we're good there.
Incoming day.
Yeah, and with that, we're going to get Charm Bangle and some wristbands. Wristbands just arbitrarily raise strength. Charm Bangle means we don't get any encounters. It's so nice. There's 7 textbooks. We're going to the Calm Lands, because that's where they sell the Charm Bangle earlier on.
Yep.
The Calm Lands.
The last bit of encounter RNG. Remember, chat, we don't want your good luck or bless RNG. It worked perfectly last time. So let's see if I'm right and vindicated in saying.
You're terrible.
You can get anywhere between 0 and 3 encounters along this bit. So far, 0 encounters. Still 0 encounters.
1.
Still 0 encounters. Oh, so close. So close. Well, one encounter is still like.
Yeah. Alright, so
unless you got like another one.
So I'm gonna buy some credits here. I'm gonna buy 410. Then we're gonna trade them in for the Charm Bangle, because we already have 100. And then I'm going to ride the hover to the travel agency to buy more accessories.
And that's also where the save sphere is.
Yes. I'm also going to buy 4 wristbands. And then we're going to outfit everybody. Well, that I'm using. Charm Bangle and wristband on brother. wristband and muscle belt on Fengoon, and then 2 wristbands on the Goon. And then
Yeah,
we're
buffalo
done
belt is
here.
just a bit more string.
Whoops. Alright, and now we can actually continue with the story. So we're gonna head to Besaid.
Yep. That will be the last bit of side content we do.
Yep.
I am not being held responsible
This
for
must
getting
be
an
how-
encounter there, thank you very
This is the
much.
first time
We
I've-
got one which is still above average luck, so
Yeah.
I'm sticking to my guns on this one. So, Waka was
Well,
told by
the
Chapu,
bag.
oh yeah, ignore Lulu's hair.
Yeah,
it's
ignore
completely
Lulu's hair,
fine.
it's completely fine. The Steam port is a masterpiece.
Yes, all Square Enix PC ports work just as intended. At least this one's a cosmetic one, so it's fine. And as anybody knows, if you have long hair, if you braid it up behind
does
you,
look
it
like
does look
Though
like you've just
something
stuck your
seems
finger in a
off.
socket.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty realistic.
I'm okay with hashtag blame Chris, guys. Feel free to spread that around.
Not do that? That seems
We can do that. We can do that. I'm okay
really
with this.
hurtful.
I'm
That
really okay with
seems
this.
Still hurtful. Still. I imagine many of you haven't heard a British guy cry, and it will happen. And yeah, we're just doing a bit of story. Waka was told. Oh no. Okay, so let's stop.
Now,
reading, I guess.
now.
Yuna ran away without saying anything because she saw a sphere of someone who sort of looked like Titus. It's not Titus. I'm gonna say
Hey-
Titus. It's
hey-
fine if you say Titus, but I say.
Hey, moderators, you have my permission to purge Cloud if it's 5555. We don't want that. We don't.
Yeah. We came back for the first time, and she's just glad to see us. Waka this morning has walked off because Chapu told him that there was a sphere of their parents whom Waka never got to meet in the cave. In order to get into the cave, we need a passcode.
Yup. And this
Welcome
is
to 10-2 RNG.
this
We get
is-
3 of the ciphers needed, and then we guess the last one because the last number away is a very long
yes.
way away, and it's just quicker.
This is like one of the biggest RNG things to 10-2 runs. 7?
I mean, 7's not great, but it's better than 5.
2.
2, okay, not bad, not bad. You just don't want a middling number here because
We're
every
fine.
middling number is more inputs and like more
Yeah.
like harder guessing. Does it?
So-
So we need a 4 cipher code. Does anybody want to try and guess what the 4 cipher code is?
We're also getting random cutscenes of Brother being thirsty for Yuna. Don't worry about
Oh, right, yeah,
Don't
that's
worry.
also a point.
it.
Yuna, during Gagazet, was in trouble according to Brother. So Brother just jumped off a few thousand feet off the airship onto the ground, and now he's mildly hurting because every single bone in his body is presumably broken in some way.
Yeah.
Okay, the guesses are about what I expected. 4545, 5555, 6969, 0420, yeah.
7.
Good.
Great.
I'm just waiting for the inevitable 1337.
Alright.
Alright,
7,
so
0,
the
7, 2,
yeah, I mean this is a terrible.
1.
Alright, so the worst case scenario is 10th try. So third
Okay,
try.
third try. Third try.
Third try, pretty good, pretty.
7972. That was the final call. Whoops.
No one got it,
Really?
but several people guessed 7 first.
Yeah. I mean, the numbers are always the same depending on which one you're going for. Like the first one's going to be the first number. The second one is always going to be the missing one.
Yeah.
So.
So here we're going to try and do the flame breath skip. We walk up to the sphere. It hasn't really got a whole lot on it. It's for something later on that you'll never use even in 100%. But there is a massive flamey, fiery dragon.
Fine.
Pain seems to be very nonchalant about fire going through her.
Yeah.
Here we want to skip flame breath, so you just sort of hope that they do enough damage in order to do it. If
It's
not,
luck
it's like
dependent.
a 5-second animation. Yeah.
Got it.
Sometimes, yeah.
He was about to do it,
Sometimes
too.
it can happen, sometimes it won't.
Yep. Also, don't worry
Wow.
about Yuna's skirt. It's fine.
Yeah. And
See,
anything
look,
that has
it's
some
fine.
sort of physics in it will just like occasionally clip through things, and that's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty much known in Final Fantasy X lore that Yuna's legs are ethereal, and not in the current realm. So her skirt just clipping through it is fine. That's what it's about.
And anything?
So we tell Walker that we found something, and he's like, "Does it have my parents on it?" And we're like, "Lol, no." Walker starts to adopt the Albed way of thinking of, well, you know, maybe the past is the past and we have to look forwards to the future. Spoiler alert again, Lulu is pregnant. That's the only reason he's thinking.
Yeah. Lulu's pregnant, and Waka's gonna be a father, and Waka impregnated her, and yeah. But we're never gonna see the baby because we're not doing 100%.
No. Points to chat for anybody who knows the baby's name and what it means in English.
I don't know what it means in English, but I know the name. I'm not gonna spoil
I only
it though.
think I know the name in English because when I said that I was very confident, and then I tried to remember what it was, and now I'm only 70% sure it is what I think.
I know what it is.
I wanted to keep that
Just don't know the
now.
meaning.
Alright, I put baby's name in English 10.2,
Yeah,
and I've
no-
got a bunch of Elon Musk stuff. This was
Yeah.
a mistake.
No Googling it either. If you don't know. Not that I can stop you, but
I'm just looking for an Albed translator. Okay, the name isn't what I thought it was, because this is... Oh wait, no, okay, hang on, I've done it.
Honored.
Why?
Ah, yes. I've
so
been
yeah.
helping Sid
Here's
with his
Isaru.
work.
We're gonna tell him that we remember him because he's an ex-summoner from the previous journey
I've got
in
people
Final
through
Fantasy X.
People come from
But
Ah.
I can't remember, Chris. Does Isaru have a brother? I don't remember.
This is a place.
Does Isaru have a brother? He may do.
There's a joke in that, by the way.
If you
There's a joke.
Is there?
I don't remember.
Alright, well I failed as a commentator here because I don't know it. Okay, hang on, what have we got? Okay, fantastic guys, good job. So, what's the baby's name? We've got Titus, Steve, Chapper, Chapu,
Sephiroth.
Chad, Keener,
What's the clue again?
Stinky Butterscotch,
Come on.
Kimon, Sephiroth. Okay, good job boys, good job. I'm proud of you all. Only one of you was right.
Yes,
And that's the person who I probably figured would be right.
Yeah.
It is. The baby's name is Vidina, which
Yep.
I thought meant divine, but it doesn't. I looked up an Albed translator, and it means future, which is a lot more fitting for the game's themes and messages than divine ever was.
Yeah. Yeah, so Isaru has a brother. Wait, he does? I don't know his name. Who is he? Do you
Okay, I
remember
clearly
me?
don't...
No.
It's me. Anyway,
It's fine. I will laugh politely.
So the reason we tell
Nice to
Passe
meet
that
you,
we don't
Lady
remember him
Yuma.
is because he has exactly
you doing here?
one
There are
fewer
fiends
text
around.
box. That's it.
So, we destroy a child's dreams and feelings for the sake of saving a few seconds, but it is worth it.
The Kindergardians! The Kindergardians!
And they're the Kindergardians. Their job in the run is to waste our time by appearing in two unskippable
so
cuts.
key must
Kodomoda!
Or-
be finding the
In
treasure.
Chinese, yes, it is the Kodomoda! In any percent, the fastest times are all in Chinese. We're only doing it in English to be polite to people watching.
Yes.
Shadowway can run in Chinese perfectly.
Kindergardians! Move
Yep.
out!
I should note, I
Yeah.
I could run in this for Chinese
See you, Lady Yuna.
or serious times, but I'm doing this in English
15
so that
gil
everybody
for
can
a
understand what's going on, even though I'm skipping most of the cutscenes. But honestly, the difference between
in.
Chinese and English is like 2 minutes, so it's not that bad.
Oh, hey,
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's really
just
not
that I
that
heard-
wrong.
Also, we're figuring out this sort of passcode. We've heard the words
The
key and mon,
What? The Gull Wings?
so obviously it's Keymon, a wonderful Digimon, right?
Yes, it's Keymon.
Monkey.
And then Riku realizing it's
won't
actually
let you-
Monkey having the weirdest face ever. Has the realization.
The Chinese version of the game is Japanese voice acted, but you run it in Chinese with the Chinese text because it's quicker. But... I don't really know why, it just is.
Yeah.
So yeah, confusing fights along these parts. There's a few. We have to fight goons with a goon.
A Keymon is
Lore
Digimon.
Make much sense, but 10-2 didn't care too much about lore to begin with, so if anything,
Yeah.
we're just adhering to standard.
Oh, and surprise, the LeBlanc Syndicate's here again. Because there's a sphere here.
Yes, there is a magical sphere here. And then there's an awesome sphere later on in Killer Cup.
You're spoiling. You're spoiling.
Yeah, you know what? I think we're okay on spoiling. I think we can do that. Oh!
I didn't talk
Okay,
to
so
her, by
Shadow-
the way.
Yeah, you were too close to her. So, Shadowway's gone with the not run straight past her. It's like 1 to Xbox first 3.
Indispensable!
Stop talking, brother.
Keymon actually a Digimon?
Is it? Keymon digivolves to
I
Keyholemon.
don't know. Googling it. Oh god, no. Okay, it's an Indian animated television
wait,
series. I wish I
what-
hadn't.
Wait. So if Keymon digivolves to Keyholemon, and Square Enix made this game and Kingdom Hearts, does that mean that Final Fantasy X-2 and Kingdom Hearts are connected?
Multiple things wrong with them being connected, I feel. I seem to remember at the beginning of Kingdom Hearts 1, Waka as like a 7-year-old boy shows up, so good luck explaining yourself out of that.
But then in Kingdom Hearts 2, there's the Gull Wings as pixies, so I don't know, man. I don't know.
God, I remember you saying that last time. It was the most bizarre war. They just turned evil or something up.
Yeah.
In Kingdom Hearts 2, Kingdom Hearts 2 is an old enough game, we can talk about it. And they're turned evil by something.
Well, it's...
Oh,
I can't quite remember what it is. It's bizarre, it's fine. We don't need to talk about 10-2 anyway.
Exactly, they're connected by awful gameplay.
Look, I'm gonna stand for 10-2 a little bit and say that
2 years
10-2's normal combat is actually really good.
Oh, absolutely. When you're not doing Creature Creator, the combat in Ten-2 is awesome.
The problem is it doesn't have the battle difficulty that 13 has.
Yeah.
You have done well to make it this far, Sphere
And
Hunters.
unfortunately, I only ever played Kingdom Hearts for like
But
a
you will
few
not
hours.
have the treasure you seek
I
so
played
easily.
pretty much all of them except the
fight.
mobile game, so...
If you want the treasure, you must speak the password.
Also, we have an unskippable cutscene with a mysterious person. We have no idea who he is,
oh, I know.
but he's asking for a password.
Yeah.
It's Monkey.
Yes,
And,
good.
chat, what is the
So now tell
meaning
me,
of life?
Yes, what is the meaning of life?
I want any sort of philosophical answer. That's not how that word's
Oh.
pronounced. Philosophical answer. But unfortunately, unless the answer is marry a
Wait a
Hypello,
minute.
you're wrong.
This voice sounds familiar.
The meaning to life is to marry a Hypello.
Sorry.
Oh, and surprise, it's Isaru.
It's a sorry.
what are you doing?
But yeah, if you've never dreamed
My
of coming
job.
back home from a
I bring
long day of
excitement
work
those
to
who've come
fall
see
into
the
the arms
sacred
of a
place.
lispy, long, blue, weird creature, then I don't really know what you guys have
Working
been
here
living.
somehow fulfills that wish.
I see.
42 foot. Yeah, cool, fantastic. Yeah, I don't know.
Hey, thanks for coming.
I don't know why I didn't say you couldn't say that beforehand.
And remember, the ruins of Xanarkand will be waiting.
So yeah, that was all a big waste of time. They realized, oh hey, there's still a sphere here. We have to go get it? Go
Apparently
get
so.
it?
We're the only people who have made it this far. Everybody has been entirely
The sphere
stumped by
oscillofinder
what the
picked up a
clues
signal.
Key
There
and
should
Mon
still be
could
a sphere
possibly.
nearby. Oh,
Right.
okay, let's try this again.
But yeah, there's a sphere, there's another wonderful magical boss fight.
Yeah.
No particular attacks to skip. But you do have to turn down the stars, because if he attacks you and your stars are at 5, you will die.
Found ya.
We're not alone.
Hey, Isaru has dignity here. What's the difference between wanting to cleanse the world from evil by sacrificing yourself for the good of humanity and working as a novelty tourist attractor? I don't see any difference between the two. Yeah, there he goes. Big attack. Build 0 stars, it does 36 damage.
Everybody's
Compared
got
to on 5
purple
stars where it does
bars.
about 300, yeah. So, one thing to note, those purple bars down the bottom right, you really don't want to see them. You just want the guys to constantly keep attacking over and over again, just
Yeah.
auto-attacking. This means they're using an ability, it's really slow, it doesn't do extra any damage, it just delays them.
Alright, there we go.
And just like that, the fight's magically over. I think hopefully you guys are now starting to see the reason we use creatures over the gun. Because YRP can be in position all they want, but unless they're doing like 150 damage per auto attack at level like 7, then we're not in.
What? It's only half a sphere.
All that for nothing.
So yeah, we discover it's half of a
Can't
sphere,
take it with us.
but we're gonna take it with us anyway.
I can't believe how
Let's
much
just
this
remember
place
that the
has
sphere
changed.
oscillator finder thingy said
Yes.
that it was an awesome. Oh wait, no, that's not an awesome sphere. This is just a power sphere.
Yeah.
The awesome sphere that I already spoiled, already happening, was the next one.
Yes, correct. We promise there is a much better combat system. It's just we're playing with creatures, so it kind of sucks. But it's faster, so doing it this way. So yeah, now we're going to Kilika to find this awesome sphere that Chris spoiled.
Yep, and Kilika Island, otherwise known as Cutscene Island. It's so many cutscenes. There have been 2 already. We're going to walk forward a little bit, and
Another cutscene.
you guessed it, it's another cutscene. The game does breaking up cutscenes really well. Do you like the bit of gameplay where you got to walk a whole like 3 or 4 seconds forward in between?
Yeah.
It really broke up the gameplay very nice. So we'll walk up here. This is now the headquarters of
The Youth League.
the Youth League. There we are. I wanted to say New Yevon, but I knew perfectly what it wasn't. There are 2 major factions because, of course, you know, when there's no evil killy whale thingy, people just make their own. And they're fighting one another. And the game basically may as well tell you the Youth League are the guys that you should side with. Side with the Youth League. They're cool. They've got youth in their name. They're
Yeah,
super
exactly.
cool. Super cash guys. They all wear like smoking jackets, but you know, they all smoke cigars away from people to prevent passive smoking. They're super cool guys.
Yeah.
Unlike New Yevon, you don't want to follow them. They're all evil. Follow the super cool guys.
Super cool guys.
Yes. Luckily,
So-
we're not, because, you know, we hate rules.
Yeah, so we just saw Donna walk above the treetops above us, because there's a hidden path to get to the temple. We will keep note of that later on, not right now.
Yeah, we have to walk up here. This will tell us how to do the password. If we walk up without having triggered that text box, Yuna cannot possibly know the password. But if you see the text box and don't watch the cutscene, then Yuna can.
Yeah. So somehow we know the password without actually seeing it.
And if there's an even amount of guards, it's the first option. If there's an uneven amount of guards, then it's the fourth option, and that's it.
Other way around. Oops. I messed up.
Is it the other way around?
Yeah, it is the other way around.
I
That was
thought
me
there were 4 at the
mashing.
start.
Yeah.
Oh, whatever.
It's fine. We don't really need the thing from this fight anyway.
Yeah. In PS2, this would be a reset because you need the garment grid they give you for doing this all perfect.
Yeah. But you don't need it.
You don't need it. I would like to think that if I had saved the world from a big death whale thing, that I would never have to purchase anything again in my life. Spearer, on the other hand, thinks otherwise, and you have to just buy everything. Oh, these guards trick you, by the way. They want to make you think that the password has changed, but it hasn't. One runs into the huddle off camera.
Yeah.
It actually tries to trick you. It's nonsense.
Wow, immediate ATB on the...
Immediate haymaker. So this lad hits rather hard. You really do need to turn down the stars for this guy. If you don't, you will just one-shot.
There we go. And that's chapter 1. There are 5 chapters in this game. We just finished the first chapter.
How you
Yes.
like that? Not bad at all.
To be fair to Spearer not treating it, Yuna did just come in
Just what do you
between
think you're
a
doing?
war as to who gets a sphere.
Actually,
Yeah.
we're spear hunters.
Show up, defeat a golem, threaten people with guns that she's going to take the sphere, and then hop off in an airship. So maybe the animosity is warranted.
So,
Go, Wings, let's go! Sorry, Donna. The sphere is ours.
Unfortunately, we take the sphere, and then we feel bad about having taken the sphere. And we have to decide who to give it back. Before we do that, though, there's super cool, super cash stuff at the end.
Tough luck.
So what have we got? It's... Okay, right, FMV skipping.
Yes.
There was a technique found in 10.2.
I wonder who discovered it.
FMV skip.
Yeah, I wonder who discovered
Someone
it.
really attractive, I think.
Yeah,
Like, really attractive.
Yeah, I think he's pretty attractive.
Yeah, some sort of like amazing
Atmosphere analysis.
multiple world record holder
It's just a
of
regular
all
skip.
kinds of games you've
Doesn't
heard of
appear to have
would
any
have found a
special
skip like that.
functions. You want to take a look?
So we should watch the FMV skip here now, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, sick. This FMV is about 45 seconds long, give or take.
So we're gonna pay attention to red flashing lights. We
Exactly.
We need
and on
4
the
of them to
fourth
trigger.
red
Yep.
flashing lights, you press start, and that way the
1.
prompt to skip the FMV shows up. We can then use that in the next unskippable FMV.
4.
So you can see it now in the bottom right. That prompt to skip will still be there for the next FMV, which is longer and unskippable.
But as
Yeah.
Machina go,
Is it you?
So you watch a shorter FMV, and then you can skip a longer one. That's the
Yeah.
vague premise.
Yeah. We'll be seeing that again later. Spoiler alert.
Mhm. So now we're just having a bit of a chat about maybe we should give the sphere back, because the sphere revealed like a huge terrifying monster,
Yeah.
and then everyone went, maybe we're really in here over our heads, and they are.
Yes, exactly, spirits. This guy is Titus and the other guy is Titus. Or wait,
So-
is it the other way around?
The wonderful magic of 10-2. There are lots of mini-games across the Final Fantasy series, and in general I'd say they're horrible. This one here can just not work. I think you're okay if this doesn't
Yep,
go on. Yeah,
pl-
okay, you're
plenty of
perfectly
room.
fine here. There is an order that you can press this guy in. If the bird boy, the guy with the feathers in his head, goes into the right, it's very, very, very difficult to fit the flat drum guy in.
Also,
And it just can't work. It's in.
also now presenting Lady Yuna's wonderful concert and her wonderful singing.
Because of this marathon setup, I have the stream on mute, and let me tell you, I've never been so glad in my life.
La 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 la. I'll rendition it for you. Don't worry. La la
Thanks.
la 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. You're welcome.
I'm glad I had to listen to that.
Alright, so that unskippable FMV that we had earlier, now we can just skip it by immediately pressing X after this resting cutscene here.
Yeah. That's why she wasn't a bigger superstar. She can't think of lyrics.
It's okay, guys. I'll be the singing superstar. I'll...
Yes. Shadowway can be the Britney Spears you wish you knew of.
Fun fact, I can actually sing if I tried hard enough.
Yeah, same, but I can't sing.
Yeah.
So, that wonderful magical sphere that we stole and held other people at gunpoint for, we're now going to give it back because we feel bad. Remember, the Youth League are the super cash, super cool guys. But we're going to give it to New Yevon because...
They're clearly not the bad
think-
guys.
Yeah, I think everybody in chat can agree that all young people are evil. So, we're going to give it to the old-tested, traditional
You know,
faction.
the people that were the bad guys in the previous
Yeah.
game, we're gonna give it to them.
The people who are still very much the bad guys. They are, like... They are doing so many evil stuff that they're just hiding.
Also,
Fiends appear in the
Who's on top
temples,
now,
but
Darwin?
fiends have appeared in Bavel Temple for a very long time, and nobody's ever really worried about it.
yes, I will hold Chris at gunpoint to sing 1,000 words. Just for you, worst.
Again, I feel like I've been duped, but it's hard to know for sure.
Alright, so LeBlanc snuck into the ship while we were delivering the awesome sphere. She stole the half of sphere that we got earlier in Zenerkind, and now we're going to go on a mission where we infiltrate LeBlanc's manor and disguise ourselves as Femgoods. You know, even though we have a Femgood in our party.
Yeah. This whole... Yeah, it's it's an interesting one. Obviously, there are no police in Spirit either. The only form of justice is being a vigilante. Which, I mean, history has worked just... where are we going to first in this?
Jose.
Jose, right? Yeah, Jose. Okay. It's Jose and then it's the desert. Yeah, okay. So, let's just remember that Gipple is a good guy. Oh, hang on. Right. First of all, we have to queue. That's the wrong side to be queuing on. You want to queue on his left shoulder, not his right. So, the queue forwards during certain parts. So if you go and talk with the NPC in the top right, the queue moves forward one. If you go then talk to the NPC in the bottom right, the queue moves forward one. However, if you can queue properly, the queue moves forward faster. Absolutely no idea why. It just does.
I'm just gonna do the safety way.
Okay. Shadowway, however, is not used to queuing, so...
Yeah.
Humanity will gift 10 subs. What the... Hmm.
So you're gonna give me a sub to RPG Limit Break, right? Me.
Yeah, I was gonna say these aren't even subs to my Twitch channel. This is this is subs to someone else. Go torture yourself and humiliate yourself in front of lots of people. By the
Yeah.
someone else will get the subs. Like, good.
Yeah.
I'm not a philanthropist.
Yeah, come on, gift us the subs, the runner and the
Yeah.
commentator, for singing. We are providing you the entertainment. I'm kidding. We love you guys.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna have to put a hard sarcasm disclaimer on that one. Holy moly. So remember that Gipple is one of the good guys here.
Yep.
He really, really knows how to make a woman feel comfortable around
Yeah,
other
absolutely.
people.
See, look how
Yeah,
comfortable he is.
just like that. Just like that. He's a real ladies' man.
Alright, you're
He sort of just fawns over you for a minute, and then we're like, but, like, can we have a job? And he goes, yeah, sure.
So, we had absolutely no way of knowing the LeBlanc Syndicate was anywhere, but since we're runners, we know that they're here.
We gotta find that sphere.
Yeah. Yeah, the only way to know that they're here is by, like,
Let's find
traversing
Someone's
the
turning
entire world of...
Yeah.
So we have to go and find a sphere, but just run down enough and you'll find it. Ormi will demand for it back, and then we go, well, no?
Yeah.
And then Ormi goes, wow, the nerve! You stole an orb from us and you're not giving it back? How could you? Seemingly, the irony is being lost on him. But, I mean, Ormi was never the smartest light bulb in the light bulb box, so it's okay.
Cloud just gifting a sub to me for RPG Limit Break. Thanks, bud.
I appreciate you finding it for us,
Appreciate it. Yes, I'm happy, okay? I'm gonna let this line go. Just because I love the nerve, even though it costs a couple seconds.
So then we take it back.
Like, I'm on, the problem is I'm on a second or two delay, so I couldn't even sing the song properly if I wanted to.
Yeah.
I could, but that's besides the point. I will pretend that I can't for convenience's sake.
You can sing. It's okay.
No, that's not supposed to be your answer.
It is my answer, though.
Yeah. Hmm.
We're just going to have to live with it.
Why do the Guardos not have a great leader in this game? Oh, right, yeah. There's a whole thing in this game. Again, there's no police, there's only vigilante justice, and the Ronso are hurt that Seymour went and slaughtered, like, lots of Ronso in the last game, so the Ronso now just want to, like, commit genocide. And if you don't do anything about it, if, Shadowy goes to Guado Salam and Macalania having not done any of the side quests at the end of the game, there will not be a single Guado left because the Ronso will have just killed them.
Yep.
It's brutal. Look, okay, so look.
Gonna do a menu here real quick.
Guys. Oh yeah, them. So we just got a really, really powerful garment grid. It will help us deal even more damage. So we're just gonna like yoink that bad boy on and then put it on everything. There is something that will happen that will prevent the singing of 1,000 words.
You're spoiling it. You're
Yeah. I don't want to scam people.
We gotta hype it up. We gotta get ready for 1,000 words, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, but like normally when I do this, I hype people up. You know, I've never been gifted a sub and then been like, haha, scammed. Come on, please.
Okay,
I'm busy, so make it fast. You.
I mean, fine. Like worst case scenario, you can just skip the
I guess the
FMV
high summit
properly
is
and
hard
then
up,
you lose
too.
a minute and listen to 1,000 words. How does that?
Don't be expecting any special treatment.
Right.
We'll send you out there by hover. Go talk to the pilot.
Okay, judging by Shadowway's silence, he's thinking about it, so we'll get back to him.
I'm sorry, no, I'm mashing through text.
Oh, okay. So, we're in the desert now. This is where the next uniform is. We come here to work, but then as we leave and we get introduced to the job, Nadala turns around, she's like, yo, there are some weird people in the Oasis. Could you go check that out? And Logos is just there looking suspicious.
Yep. Yeah, so the only, spoiler alert, the only time we got to hear Yuna singing when she was being very la-la-rific. Good punchline, right? Good punchline. I never said I was good. I never said I was amusing or funny.
So here's Logos, another cutscene skip that we can't skip until Logos says something. Shadowway stayed suspiciously quiet during whether or not we'd let 1,000 words play, so I'm just going to presume we're not. There we are.
Yeah.
Look, there are plenty of PBs I have online of me singing at the end. Surely that should be enough.
Yeah. It's true. And then all those PBs in Final Fantasy X where I did not sing the credits. Did not sing. Oh.
And then his run got rejected.
Oh,
like those
no,
the
no, it didn't. No, it didn't.
I was very close.
Fun fact: I also run Final Fantasy X. So does Chris.
I'm a leaderboard mod for 10 and 10-2, and
Yeah.
I have been very close in the past to jokingly rejecting, seriously rejecting people's submissions.
So we hope you don't you guys aren't Kamari fanboys or girls, because that is literally Kamari's one and only line in the run. Is that he's sorry.
That's it. He's done now.
Yep. Yep, he's tired, he's done.
Unlucky. The credits won't work because if you skip the FMV, then you skip the credits as well. It's the same intent.
Yeah.
Must be.
Alright, so there is more LeBlanc goons here at Gagazet. We need to climb up the Faith Scar on our way to the hot springs because they're being super cash, super cool, and taking a break in the hot springs.
And you have to say it with the same pizzazz. You have to say super cash.
Super cash, super cash, super cool.
Super cool, super cash guys. Just having a super cash time.
I'm sorry, I can't talk like that. I have a naturally flamboyant voice. Talk like that.
I will not be commenting on that, thank you very much.
Chris is gonna
just have a British accent and then you'll be fine.
Yeah, Chris is gonna judge my movement real quick. It's fine, don't worry.
Yep. I like the way that you jump down to the last one instead of just jumping straight down. I like that.
Shut up.
You lose half a second. It is safe. So.
Shut up.
You're caring about Yuna's ankles. Like, I get it, man. Oh, sorry. We're actually getting word from High Spirits right now, so I'm wearing an earpiece and he's speaking to me through it. He says we can't let 1,000 words play. So, I'm gutted. I'm sad. I'm crying.
I'm gonna try really hard to skip it. There is a chance that I won't skip it though and mess up the FMV buffer though.
You're a little help.
Just saying. Because, whatchamacallit, 1,000 words is another one of those normally unskippable FMVs, and we have to get a buffer for it. And there's a chance I could just miss it.
Yeah, it's another super easy fight. Ormi hits really hard there, but because we did this uniform last, he doesn't hit as hard. Our defense is considerably higher.
Or is it the...
How close?
Yeah, I will mess it up, in air quotes, just so chat can hear 1,000 words. Although High Spirits doesn't want 1,000 words, so I'm very conflicted right now.
Yeah, see, look, there we are. High Spirit says,
We found ourselves
just in chat right now,
If you miss it, you sing it?
skip it. Under no words play, under no circumstances play 1,000 words.
I will...
That's what he just said. Sorry, we're part of a special Twitch chat that nobody else can see.
If I miss it, I will 100% sing it for you. No worries. Although I don't know all of the lyrics.
Oh, wait.
So.
If he does miss it though, it's like a 3-minute time loss.
Yeah.
So if you do want to hear it, it's much better that he skips the FMV beforehand.
Yeah.
And that way he only loses a minute.
Yeah, that's the real conundrum to 10-2 runs, is that if you miss the skip for 1,000 words, then you get to hear a banger song, as the cool kids would say. But if you skip it, then you save like 3 minutes. Alright,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna need chat to cover your ears and eyes in like a
Cover
minute
your
or two
ears, eyes, nose, mouth, any sense, honestly. If you could just close it, that would be great.
Yeah.
Nothing's about to happen. We're just gonna have a super cash, super cool time.
Yeah.
We're gonna crack open a cold one with the boys.
Yeah, absolutely nothing is going to happen. Don't worry.
We go here, Ormi and Logos. There's 3 extra workers. Nobody's questioning.
Yeah.
Suppressing her natural charm.
Yeah, nobody's questioning that, you know, their uniforms have been kidnapped, even though they've been sitting there fighting them. So yeah, very sorry, very, very sorry for this next scene. very.
Yeah, very sorry. No, we're not sorry. There's nothing happening.
Oh yeah, there's nothing happening.
I would like to talk about something else not related to the game. What's something else that could be talking about that could maybe divert attention away from what's about to happen on screen? So, who likes cold weather? Hey, boys? Oh, I'm a big fan of it, actually. Big fan. I hate the fact it's been so hot, hasn't it? It's the worst.
Where are you groping?
That's an interesting way you've chosen to do this.
It was unintentional.
A magical time. Yeah, it's RNG Minute where we're opening this cold one with the boys.
Where are you groping? That's nice.
Okay, I got it first try.
Okay, there we are. Nice. You just succeeded in opening a cold one with the boys first.
Alright,
right.
Alright, everybody can open their ears and eyes now. Everybody can open their ears and eyes now.
The boss fell asleep.
We've been waiting for it to...
Nothing happened. You didn't miss anything.
We'll just have... In the meantime...
Also, don't mind Yuna's slight lisp in her voice. It's clearly not Yuna. Asking about a Switch.
Yeah. She wants to go undetected and is supposed to like change her accent a little bit, so nobody could really notice that it was her.
Yeah.
She's just chosen to speak like this, and you know, it's ridiculous.
No randoms, you didn't miss anything, don't worry.
Yeah.
Alright, so now we've infiltrated the inner part of the Syndicate mansion to go get our spear back. Surprise, surprise! We decided to ditch the outfits and now we've been discovered because they're very, smart girls.
Once you've made it past the first layer of security, the first thing that anybody is to do is to immediately ditch what got you in.
Yeah.
The accent is actually one from New Zealand, thank you very much, but nobody can really tell the difference. It's also not truly a New Zealand accent because I can't say certain words correctly, so I just steal the way that the South Africans do it.
Yeah.
It's a horrible accent.
So the reason we wanted to get the LeBlanc massage minigame first try that, nobody heard or saw, is to get that gold hairpin. We need it. We absolutely need it. It is very crucial to continue the run. You will not get it if you do not get that minigame first try. But thankfully, since we're playing on the PC version, the game auto-saves to right before that minigame.
Mm-hmm.
Even if I screw up.
It's a
Okay, so the three fighters are doing a little jig, a little bit of a dance, because dancing and fighting is a way of life, and what's the best way of fighting? God, I didn't know where this sentence was going to go when I began it. The best style of fighting is capoeira, and 10-2 takes a lot of influence from capoeira as a dancing fighting style, and incorporates that into its game. It's just trying to live up to realism.
Also, brother just screaming whoopee. Don't mind him. I'll be sad to get rid of him. Spoiler alert, we're going to be getting rid of him at the end of Chapter 2, which is coming up pretty soon.
Yeah.
I'm getting stuck on doors and tables.
It's fine. Sometimes you just gotta get stuck and accept it.
Yeah. Alright.
So the security system is really, really sophisticated. There are two buttons that are obviously there, and then the third one is very hard to... unless you run head first into a wall full of spikes.
Yeah, because, ooh, shiny things.
Yes.
Right?
If shiny things can't motivate you in order to solve puzzles...
Look at the shiny thing! I want to go touch it!
Yes.
The shiny... Oh, hey, look.
I believe
there's
the
a switch
term
here.
for running head first into a massive spike is Lara Crofting it up.
Yes. And suddenly there's a switch on the wall where the spikes was. That will override the spikes and the trap here.
What's the health of the creatures? Do you need to go back and use the save?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I'm gonna do that real quick. I hate the camera change. It's the worst.
Yeah, that's the point. Movement in 10-2 is considerably worse than it is in 10.
I went through a lot of trouble.
If you hold the analog stick one way during a camera change in 10, Tidus will still keep going the way you intended him to. Whereas in 10-2 it doesn't. It just randomly changes. So you get camera angle changes. That's very annoying. We're looking to kill someone before Mighty Guard goes off. It gives everyone Protect and Shell. And it's just not going to go off because you killed LeBlanc before it got cast. Nice, perfect fight.
Well, what?
No one's gonna hear.
Wait a second.
What a threat that is! Please. I forgot about that line. No one's gonna hear you scream from down here. Just remember that we're the good guys in all this. Like, they vigilante justiced us, so we did it, but like 10 times worse back.
So we find out that the LeBlanc Syndicate found the other half of the sphere that they kidnapped, and we get to see the movie of this super weapon called Vegnagun that is hidden deep underground of Bavel, which, surprise, surprise, is the new Yevon headquarters. They're the bad guys. Are you really surprised?
And they've just hidden this entire time. Like, the game has spelled out for you at this point that Bavel is bad. I'm surprised they even give you an option to choose between New Yevon and you.
Yeah.
Fun fact, you can't actually 100% the game if you choose New Yevon.
Yes.
You have to go you.
Yep. So yeah,
but now we're on the same side. There is
Yeah.
no learning any
Things
more
going?
lessons. It's all about the friends we made along the way and the journey there.
yeah.
We
So they're just gonna hitch a ride on our airship with us to Bavel to go infiltrate and go find Vegnica and this super weapon.
When I think of friends I would try and save the world with, I think of people who have openly stolen from.
Yeah, exactly.
So how?
Within the last few days, if possible.
It's obvious. We now
Again, another unskippable one.
Yeah.
So this is part of the reason we choose
I got no problem
to
with
give
this.
the sphere back to New Yevon. If we give it to the Youth League, along here, you have to do 4 battles. Because every guard is like,
Careful.
halt!
He's much stronger than
What are
you.
you doing here? You're our enemy! Here, they just let you go by.
Come.
Also, the man with the gondola lets us ride up the right side.
Yeah.
The go.
They're like, oh, they're real suspicious of us
the
that
High
have the
Summoner.
guns pointed at us,
Please,
but because we gave
forgive
them
my
the
rudeness.
sphere, they're just like, oh, right, let's
Yeah.
not do that.
Let's just remember how much of
Because-
a nice, wonderful group they are. They didn't know who we were. We were just like some random people walking
Yes.
up to them. We could want to pray to Yevon.
But
They
because-
walk up pointing guns at us.
Because in 100%, since you give the sphere to the Youth League, you would have to do some fights here, because you normally have to go here mandatory. You have to, so, to get to the end of Chapter 2.
Yeah.
So, basically saves us some fights.
And then some more secrets once we're inside. Quite how they managed to keep this many people quiet is really beyond.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I also, considering how many old people there are on New Yevon, I'm amazed that anybody can do this. Because this here, in order to change the lift, you need to open up that little block by jumping onto this block. This isn't the problem. An old man could probably climb onto this block fairly easily. I don't have trouble believing this. On the other side, however, they have to like jump 6 foot up into the air, which is like 1 meter 80 up into the air.
Yeah, exactly.
How do you think an old man is doing this? Yoink? Like, no chance. So, I'm convinced that half of them don't even know. They know there's something bad down there, they've just never seen it for themselves.
Hey Nick, what's up?
Do we need to have a serious word as to whether we're actually just letting 1,000 words play? Because, I mean, at this point, like...
I mean, I gave a pretty generous marathon estimate. We could, in theory, have 1,000 words play.
What's the splits? 37 seconds ahead, 240. Yeah, I mean... we're losing a minute, but we're way ahead. Like...
Yeah, I'm ahead of my splits right now, so...
It's a meter. I deliberately gave 2 different measurements, alright? There's a reason why I never mention weight on stream.
Yeah.
As soon as you mention weight on stream, you have to give pounds, stone, and kilos. It's nonsense.
Oh yeah. So big surprise, Bavel is hiding even more secrets. There are fiends in the Cloister of Trials now.
Yeah, every other temple gets fiends in the future, and they're super surprised. Bavel gets them and just hides it up immediately and pretends it's a problem. It's a lovely metaphor for how their organization runs.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Chris would sing for us. Like, you know, it's fine. I'm gonna grab these Phoenix Sounds for safety.
Needs the 1,000 words axes you destroy. Yeah, I mean, the estimate is so safe. It's 255. You could probably do it blind. Alright. I guess we're singing 1,000 words.
I'm being generous. I gave a generous estimate because I know a lot of the runs got pushed back. But again, there's a lot of RNG that can go wrong, just like the creature creator did. So
nothing can go wrong to the tune of 10 minutes, though.
Yeah, exactly.
It'd be very difficult for something to go wrong that much. Or maybe like 8 minutes by the time we're there, I guess. You probably don't need to touch that save sphere there, by the way.
I do it anyway.
Alright. Alright, yeah, cool. Skip the first FMV. We'll let 1,000 words play. We'll have a sing-along. It'll be wholesome. It'll be magical. We can all
Let's
cry afterwards at the friends you made along the way. Journey there, crack open a cold one with the boys. It'll be...
Absolutely. Do you mind Googling the lyrics for 1,000 words and sending them to me? And send them to me on Discord.
Yeah, sure.
Thanks.
What one is played? The one during the cutscene, the one during the credits is different, because the one during the credits is the orchestral.
So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm instead going to skip the Shuyin cutscene right away, so that we can hear 1,000 words. That way we only lose a minute.
Hey!
There you are, I think.
Thank you.
Guys, you don't understand. My biggest accomplishment in speedrunning is finding a skip that skips 1,000 words. That was my proudest moment in speedrunning. Not having to listen to 1,000 words anymore.
We did it. We toppled the first part of our side quest, exactly. It's okay, though. Like I said, we have a generous estimate, and we're only losing a minute doing this, so it's not that bad.
Yeah.
But that part of the VOD's gonna get muted, just as a heads up. Just as a...
Yeah, I mean, that's fine. Nobody can watch it in retrospect. It'll be wonderful. So here you have to go into the towers that are lit up. You can go into the ones that aren't, and you'll get a secret passage that gets a ribbon. We don't know.
Also, surprised, we're fighting the boss from the end of Chapter 1 again. Because they like to recycle enemies sometimes.
Yeah. They also hit very hard if a hit connects at 5 stars. So.
Yeah.
It will almost never happen though because of the amount of damage you deal.
Also had a delayed death there on the golem.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Also, for those who only want to hear me sing, Shadoway has to sing just so I know the timing, because otherwise I'm guessing.
I'm perfectly okay with singing. As long as you guys don't mind your ears bleeding.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Cloud! The madman. No
so
complaints.
I'm commentating during FFA for the Final Fantasy Relay that I think might be on RPG Limit Break in a week or two.
I wish I had known about that. I would have played on that.
And there are already murmurs about maybe everybody... Oh, nice, you got Storming off. That maybe everyone will have to sing for that, so... Me singing now is me not having to sing in a week or two. Easy.
Yeah, I am okay with singing. I do not mind. Wait, so how about this? Since we're both singing, does that mean we get 10 subs for each?
Singing out enough, maybe.
Also, surprise, we're fighting Spectral Keeper from 10. He's very easy in this game.
So they use the same animations as they do in 10, so it may look like he's auto-attacking because he has a cross-cleave with both of his arms, but it doesn't do anything. Because of the amount of damage we do.
And he's dead.
A lot of the time you never see it, A lot of the times you'll never see it like that. But when he attacks, it doesn't do anything. It's just his idle animation.
Just gonna skip ahead in my guide to After the Machine. You'll give 10 more, yes. PogChamp.
So now we have a cheeky little jump down.
Yep. Because, you know, there's more secrets to be found. because, you know, New Yevon are the good guys. They're the good guys. You know.
Yeah, you haven't. I mean, if you haven't got the idea that they're just like almost hilariously evil, video game levels of evil by now, then I don't know what you have. They just hide everything because they can.
Yeah.
But why? You could help if you just let other people help you. We could solve Spiro's problems together. No,
so,
just.
So to answer the question from Greenblatt, this is the Steam version on PC. So.
Yeah.
And also the remaster. Which is why we're able to fight with creatures. Because you can't do that in the original game.
Okay, Shadowwind's very much going to have to look at his notes here,
yes.
I think, right?
Yes.
Correct. Okay, cool. This bit here, we get 2 accessories from this lovely machine in front of us called Bloodlust and Ring. They help us deal lots and lots and lots of damage at the expense of other stats being lowered, along with health and poison. That won't really matter because most enemies will be dead by the time it matters.
So I'm going to wait for the one on the right to be at the very top. And then spin.
Yeah, there you are. These have to be done in a very certain order in order for you to get both chests. I'm a level with you. I don't really know why this minigame exists. It just does. It's it's like most of 10-2's minigames. It barely works. It's frustrating. And the places you can jump to are like very poorly defined, and it's a whole thing.
Coming
Yeah, you can play this in both 4x3 and 16x9.
Yep.
Shadow is currently playing it in 4x3 because he only has one monitor.
Yeah.
And
unfortunately.
Yeah, so he needs it to be smaller in order to be able to see other things on his screen.
Yeah.
Like 1,000 words lyrics, apparently.
Where am I?
You need to go to the bottom left and jump back up. Yep, there you are. Yeah, like that, and then jump up there.
The camera sucks there. It's so bad.
Yeah, I mean, like, genuinely, most of the mini games or side things to do in this game don't really work. Sphere Break is another really bad example of a mini game not working. If you get the multiple one show up in Sphere Break at a bad time, or it shows up twice in 15 rounds. Where it can be any number between 0 and 9, you just can't beat Shinra. It's literally nonsense.
So I just got the Bloodlust, now I'm gonna go get the ring. Which is in this corridor here. And we're almost done.
He's got Bloodlust and ring. And now all he has to do is just jump straight back down.
Yeah. I just need it to rotate once. So she's gonna step on the switch for me, and I'm gonna hop immediately back on, and I can see Chad again. So.
Yeah, look, it's Final Fantasy tradition. It's been a long tradition. You sing at the end of your run. You sing the credits, and if you can't be asked to wait for the credits like me, you pull up the orchestral version that plays during the credits on YouTube and sing it.
And don't
remember, anybody who doesn't sing along at the end of their run, in some way, shape, or form, after PBing, you have to PB in order to be able to sing. They're evil people. Just remember. So here we're putting Flan in. In an ideal world, he doesn't die to Barrelite upcoming here. If he does die to Barrelite, it's a bit of a pain, because then he needs to live everything else in order to have enough HP to live through Tail Swipe later.
Okay, got that menu done. So yeah, now we have swapped out Brother for the Flan. The Flan is really OP. Also, that reminds me, I forgot to unlearn the abilities. There we go.
Yeah, you just want to unlearn all of the trash abilities. So the accessory gives Flan Flare and lots of... You do not want him casting Fire, or Water, I think is the one you get rid of.
Yes, correct.
Him casting Water does like almost nothing. It's amazing.
Yeah, Rip Brother. Don't worry, we'll see him one more time in battle. Spoiler alert, I guess.
Oh yeah, we will. Yeah, we will. because of my super secret strat
Yes.
that everybody uses.
Yeah, Brother
Super
just got
secret
replaced.
strat in the same way that it's not.
Brother just got replaced by Dessert. I really should add a Barrel Eye split. Oh well, it's fine. I have Dark Bahamut.
Yeah, you got Dark Bahamut. They're basically the same thing in this game. This battle, Barrelite attacks very, 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 very fast. The only thing you want from this battle is you don't want Flan to die. He didn't. That's really nice. He gets lots of XP, and we probably won't have to worry about Flan XP for the next, for the rest.
Yeah. Also, it's time for Chris's absolute favorite line in this entire run.
Every time I try and forget it exists, and I'm always reminded that it exists. It's a wonderful
Allow
life.
me, with so many things woven together. What could be waiting where the threads meet?
Yeah, I hate it. Someone got paid to write that. It annoys me.
I had to recite it for Chris because he has the audio muted to recite.
Yeah.
Because we love to torture each other.
Yeah, I hate that line so much.
Alright, so you remember the dark Aeons from the HD version of FF10, right? Well, here they are again. And Dark Bahamut's kind of...
We're about to see the wonderful power of Mr. Dessert himself.
Yes, we're about to see how much of a joke Bahamut is in this game. And he's dead.
Bang. just like that. Flam will always deal 9,999 damage with his flare.
Yes.
He really, really, really hurts.
There are a couple times where he won't. I think on Shiva, because of her magic defense.
Why is this happening?
I
wish you were here
yes.
with me.
And also on the Chapter 4 boss, Beast, whatever that guy's called.
Salamander? It will do nothing.
That's the one.
You were right.
Yeah, because it will do nothing.
Yeah.
We had to fight it, didn't we?
Is that an
Titus
essential
has
part?
some very cool ways of inner monologuing, because it's essentially an edgy teenager trying to get over what's happened and rationalize things in his head badly, and Yuna doesn't have that at all. Yuna's inner monologue is nonsense.
Yeah. That's okay.
What?
She's never rationalizing things in her head. The way her inner monologue works, it's like she's just T.S. Eliot or something. She's just a poet who sits there thinking in riddles in her own head. It's not.
Hey,
how it was supposed to be.
Hey, Chris, you know what I'm gonna laugh about if it happens?
I can feel it crumbling.
Green
Green
FM,
screen?
green screen
Yeah.
for 1,000 words.
Oh, it'll improve the scene, honestly. Like. Alright, so now fiends have been pouring out of the temples now, because New Yevon is clearly not the bad guys or anything.
Trouble, and I mean big time. Fiends are pouring out
There we go.
the temple.
Yeah, so fiends are pouring out of temples. We need to go save people.
Yeah,
Initially, we were sphere hunters, and then we sort of changed what we did, and then we sort of changed what we did again, and now we're the friendly neighborhood Goldwing.
Yes. Also, I don't think we ever mentioned it, but hotspots that show up are places that that we're required to go to progress the story. You may have noticed there's one that appears at Pavel.
Yes, you're
We're not
friendly.
going there. At all.
Yeah, you don't need to. Essentially, you show up and they sort of look at you weirdly, and they're like, "Really? Like, come on! You broke into her inner sanctum. You really want to come back and help?"
Yeah. Also, don't worry about Lulu's hair again.
Yeah, Lulu's hair is supposed to be like. Another cutscene here that you can't skip until Yuna says something. Fun fact, there are more of those cutscenes in Chinese when you play it there. There are certain cutscenes that cannot be skipped until someone says something. With absolutely no idea where it happens. I couldn't even begin to get.
I forget exactly what Brother says there in Albed. Something about seeing Yuna, I'm sure.
Something about, I hope Yuna keeps safe, or keep Yuna safe or something. because he's speaking
So-
to Riku and he said,
So there's Becklum. Since there are fiends being poured out of the temple, which we're not going to deal with at all, because we have a charm bangle, so no encounters. He insists on burning down the temple because, you know, the comms already happened. We don't need summoners anymore. Arson is the answer. Arson is the...
yeah. So there is a difference. There's like a nice middle ground in this game that nobody really hits between remembering the past and accepting that it's important whilst being able to look to the future. Everybody is either no, only the past is important, or no, only the future is important.
No.
And Beckham's just like, temples are a bygone, or a relic of a bygone era. Burn them down!
Yeah, pretty much.
What? No, what's wrong with you?
Alright, so here's Valfor. The same thing's gonna happen. We're gonna flare him. He's gonna die, just like that.
So, Blue Fan is very, very, very powerful.
Yes.
That's a good idea, Lena, but in Chinese there are certain cutscenes that also do that, where in English they...
Yeah.
Talk about a...
And yeah, we saved everybody. What a hero.
We are heroes. We are the
Fiends
friendly
never come out of
neighboring
the tent.
Gullwings.
But call me before you do.
Also, fun fact, we talked earlier about how Worker's baby at the end of Chapter 5 is called Vidina, which means future in
Yes.
English. Vidina is Albert.
Yes.
In any percent, if you go back, he's indecisive, hasn't made up his mind about being a father and what he's going to do, and just hasn't thought of a name for the baby, so it's just unnamed.
Yep.
So people will just refer to the baby as it for the rest of the time.
Yeah.
So having a cheeky little run along here. There aren't any cutscenes stopping us every few seconds, but we can't just bolt it towards the gate. We do need to go see Donna.
Yeah.
They won't let us through.
Which Donna's hut is up here. I have to
Yeah,
wait for him to start walking, and then I can skip.
Another cutscene that can't be skipped until certain things happen.
Yeah.
So, talking about earlier, touching upon it again, mini-games that don't really work. You have one chance to get through this gate unguarded. Donna is distracting the guard, and our strat is to just immediately press run, regardless of the scenario or situation,
Yeah.
and it just lets you do it.
Yep.
There's a hidden path through...
A mini-game that doesn't really work.
I should note, to everyone in chat, this is actually my first run I've ever done on Limit Break, so I'm pretty excited about it.
Can I get a Kappa // in chat foreshadowing and being able to perform with such nerves and excitement, please?
Well,
I will lead it right now, and then in 15 seconds, everybody will find out.
I'm very honored to be part of this and opening the marathon. To be perfectly honest, I'm very happy about it.
As I said, Kappa // or Clapper, as the kids say. So Yuna has to hit a bunch of gates here. There's no way through. There's nobody even there at the gate. They're just chilling.
What?
Thanks, Palmer. I appreciate that.
Eh.
I was nervous before the run, but now I'm more excited than anything to showcase, so...
Don't worry, he doesn't really mean it. He just wants you to sing 1,000 words, and he'll say anything in order to...
That's fair.
There you are. Accept your clappers, and may they be plentiful.
Okay, sure.
You know what, chat? When I said earlier that you were giving us bad RNG, I didn't really mean it. I only slightly meant it. You know what? In retrospect, saying things like that, I can understand why I'm being forced to sing 1,000 words. It all makes sense.
Yeah. When I
So-
yeah.
Oh, go on.
When I get a new capture card, because mine is busted at the moment, I plan on doing more RPG speedruns, because I used to do a lot of them. Now I'm kind of just stuck doing just stuff on Steam PC, like this.
No. Joke's on you, I keep doing offline runs of Ni no Kuni and then rage quitting every time Royal Jelly goes badly. That's my life.
Fair enough.
So, Dark Ifrit, we're in the wonderful Kilika Temple.
Yep.
Here we take out Flan because we don't want him casting Flare and doing nothing with.
Yeah. I'm gonna do that right now.
Mhm.
Right before I open the door.
The XP that you get from these Devas that you fight, they really are called Devas, is really bizarrely low for some reason. You get 60 XP and 90 gil. I genuinely do not know why they even bother.
Yeah. Thanks, Palmer. Alright, so there's Bertello, Donna's Guardian. We just saved him. They kind of, if you played more of the side quests and did everything in this game, they would hint at something more going on between Donna and Bertello, but we're gonna ignore all of that.
Yep, running straight past. There are a bunch of Devas to fight and kill. The next room can only be done in a certain order. You can't go to the back, you have to do the side one.
Yeah. To give you an idea, I've run this game 10, Paper Mario, trying to think of other RPGs, Wild Arms 4, and I think that's it.
Yeah. So, Shadowway is a betrayer to the Final Fantasy series, where I've run 8, 10, and 10 too, and will conveniently ignore all of those runs that don't conform.
Devas, not Davids.
Yeah, they're called Devas. It's spelled D-A-E-V-A, I think.
Yes, that is correct.
Yeah. They're not called Davids. The world has to have some sort of mystique of being fantasy, and you don't get that if someone is called David. No offense to Davids. I always call all of my characters Dave, so... But that's because I enjoy characters being called stupid things in RPG games.
Mm-hmm. Also, surprise, there's 2 of these now. Very hard, very difficult, and they're
very
dead.
difficult.
They're dead. Alright, so once I jump the gap, because you can jump the gap here, you don't have to walk all the way around, I'm gonna swap Flam back in.
Yep, and that's the last we see of Brother. I'm sorry, everybody.
For some reason, it wouldn't let me open the menu there. I did hit the menu button, I should note. It did. And here's Dark Ifrit.
The magical Dark Ifrit.
Yeah, so awesomeness, dude. We made a joke earlier that Titus was in the previous game, and then Shuyin is Titus.
Yes.
That's what you missed. And
look, I agree. When protagonists and enemies are called something ridiculous, it makes the game funnier for me, but it also takes you out of the immersion.
Yeah.
In Final Fantasy XIV, I have 3 characters. I have Tanklin from Downtown, Dave Tenarium, and Umbrella Water Stopper, and it brings me great joy every time someone with a super try-hard role-playing name has to fight alongside Umbrella Water Stopper.
Yeah.
Another.
So, another hole. They have to be surprised that there's another hole here, even though they've seen 2, because the game doesn't know which order you're ever going to do. And now to the world of Jose. Jose didn't need help beforehand because they thought they could fight it off with Markina.
Yep.
Unsurprisingly, if you've played 10, you realise that Markina doesn't always solve everybody's problems. So now they need help.
Yep. So we've got another RNG section in here. It involves pushing pedestals to unlock a door.
Is Gip...
We have a 1 in 5 shot of
the
getting
leaders
it
of-
first try
I have a hunch...
Save the.
because there's 5 pedestals.
Translate... Then that...
Yep. The worst one to start with is the 4th one, because it's then really slow and awkward to get to the other pedestals. However, you do bless yourself with RNG if you start with it by being so ballsy as to...
Can the creature strap be carried to Via Infinito? I'm pretty sure, but I've never seen, like, a full 100% run.
No. You would probably... Depending on your levels, you'd probably die at 80.
Yeah.
You need to then do, like, a proper strat to get past 80 and 100. Tremor, the last 100 level boss, what we do in 100%, I'm actually relearning 100%. 10-2, because I'm going to do it in a few weeks.
Oh dear.
You have to... Yeah, I know.
First
you
try
have
fourth.
To steal... First try, nice. There you are. See, you go to the 4th pedestal. It's the worst one. It always unlocks. It welcomes you. But yeah, you defeat Tremor in 100% by stealing dark matters and then mixing them with Riku as the alchemist in order to give yourself invulnerability.
An Aeon?
Merge with El Bed Machina. Isn't that what they said?
So, just because of the amount of damage Tremor does, there's no real way of surviving it without some specific strat to get around his meteors and flares.
That feel when I forgot I also run Final Fantasy 1 on PSP.
Yeah.
Whoops! And dead.
It's fine, that barely counts as a run.
Yeah, true.
Alright, there we are. Enixion is dead. So, those pedestals beforehand, you can keep choosing the wrong one and proccing counters every time. It can happen up to 5 times.
Yeah.
You lose, like, a minute if you don't get it right, but honestly, we probably saved a minute there by getting it there, so that's...
My PB actually got it first
Saved.
try, but that's besides the point.
Alright.
My
Well, saves the minute we're gonna lose by listening to 1,000 sodding words, doesn't it?
Yeah,
so
exactly.
that's nice.
We can enjoy that, it's okay.
I'm so happy for us, Shadowy. I'm so happy.
I'm so happy too.
Go find out.
I'm very happy.
no
We gotta do it for the chat, for the marathon, you know? Just look at it that way.
Was so deep.
Mm.
Do it for-
It was as though all the secrets in the world might be hidden in its depths. But something told us.
Okay, so you're skipping this FMV, so...
Yes, I am.
Alright, cool. So there's a bunch of cutscene skips that happen here. We meet Shuyin for the first time. And he sort of thinks we're Len, and he wants to fade together.
Oh yeah, Shuyin
Yeah,
is the
just
guy...
sort of goes along with it until someone shouts.
So Shuyin is the guy that looks like Titus, but isn't actually Titus. Len is his lover. Looks
Yeah.
a lot like the songstress dress sphere that Yuna has. It is 1,000 words. He just really doesn't want to sing 1,000 words, that's why it's 1,000 sodding words. Also green FMV that I just skipped.
Open your eyes.
Oh, we're not going to be able to see 1,000 words. Good, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, good. You can reset it, but we're not doing that. I refuse. You're not going to be able to see 1,000 words imagery, you're just going to be well, you know what, I'll let you guys see it later on. It'll be magical.
Yeah.
Alright, I tell you what, I'm going to BRB for a minute here. You can talk about how wonderful this cutscene is and all of the deep intrinsical lore that's...
Okay, sure. So basically, Shuyin as possessed Baralai, the leader of New Yevon, who we've noted again and again and again are the bad guys. So, yeah, of course. And so we're basically here because the 3 leaders of the factions, the Youth League, the New Yevon, and the Machine faction, which are led by Albed
Give this
at Jose with the Machina.
It was all I was able to find.
And yeah.
Yeah, Give her this one, too.
The four of them, including Payne, were all in a squad together.
He's kidding.
They've made recordings of their journey together that we don't really get to see much. So, yeah.
Don't go.
It's under control.
They're just gonna leave Yuna here, stranded, for some reason.
I didn't know what had happened. Everywhere I looked, I found only questions. But more than anything, I'm just angry.
So she's mad that she got stuck here.
One thing after another, and I'm already confused to begin with. Hey, where am I?
And she's kind of just stuck. We're gonna leave Yuna sitting here and doing nothing, because I think it saves time. I'm not 100% sure about that. Chris could probably clarify, but he's AFK. I'm still actually relatively new to running this, believe it or not. So yeah. She's gonna have a bit of a scream, because she's all by herself. And then when she leans down and says she's all alone, we're gonna mash the X or A button, whatever controller you're using, in 1,000 words or less. And we're gonna hear a whistle from Titus. Just one.
Where are you?
We could have him continue whistling if we kept sitting there mashing, which is required for 100%, but we're not going to. As soon as we get one, it'll just cut out this cutscene. Welcome back. And yeah, now we are out of the hole and back on to civilization.
Yes, the wonderful world of the civilization, and I believe a navigator finds us.
Yes.
Oh, not a navigator, a negator. That's
Come
his
in,
name.
Yuna. Yuna!
Oh yes, I have the English version world record, Kappa. Very competed and important. Even though
Yes.
I am actually a newer runner to this still.
Yeah, everybody who does more than like 2 or 3 runs of this
Yes.
immediately switches to Chinese.
Alright, so Chris, are you ready for the favorite part of the run?
I'm so excited for Moonflow.
Like, it's 10 minutes of absolutely nothing. It's so good.
Pretty much. Pretty much. So, if anybody in chat has questions, now's the time to answer them, because it's not like we'll be doing anything for the next bit.
Yep. So we have a small bit here of whoops, I went to the wrong spot. Of Payne thinking she's leaving the Gull Wings because, you know, she's tired, she's had enough, she doesn't want to save the world and all that.
Mm-hmm. But then she decides that she's going to stay after a cheeky 2-minute chat with Yuna. She has an epiphany of stuff. Moonflow! Right. It consists of trying to find a concert organizer. How... Oh, after Comspheres. We placed a bunch of Comspheres in all of the places we visited in the last chapter, and now in order to progress the story, we have to watch them all. They're super short though, and we can skip past them all. In 100%, you don't get luxury. In 100%, this bit lasts over an hour of just watching Comspheres.
Yeah, we could skip all of it, except for this part where we're walking Killikaport with Donna real quick.
Yeah, and then we can skip it immediately after.
Yeah.
Alright, what have we got? Can I tell us anger in 1,000 words or less? You could probably write a certain word that I'm not allowed to say in a PG-13 999 times, and that would probably be close to it.
Okay, so
what's my favorite part? Oh, sorry, go on.
There was a sphere placed here at Mushroom Rock Road, which is the headquarters of the Youth League. Surprise, it got destroyed. And thrown into an ocean.
And the one in Bavel also got shot.
Yeah.
What is your favorite part of the game, and why is it 1,000 words? My favorite part of this game is... Shadowway, what's your favorite part of Final Fantasy VII?
The combat when you're not doing Creature Creator.
Ah, okay, yeah, there you are. That's a good enough answer. There is also a certain amount of intrigue, and the intrigue alone is my favorite part, because that's before you find out what's going on, and then you find out what's going on.
To the question earlier, I definitely suggest playing this casually if you've never played it, but play it with the girls and the dress spheres, not with Creature Creator. And don't really pay mind to the story. It's not that great.
Yeah, not that great. It's horrible. When it comes to English voice for Yuna, why would you rate? What would you rate it, and why is it 10 out of 10? Okay, so Yuna's dialogue, or I don't really think it's her voice actor's fault. It's the script. But she's an exposition bot in Final Fantasy X. But because she's a main character, it sort of slips under the radar a little bit. Yeah. The first time you get to Guado Salam, Trommel Guado approaches her and goes, "Seymour has business with you, please come this way." And Yuna turns around as if parodying exposition people and goes, "Business with me? Whatever could it be, I wonder?" Yeah, and that's just a line that's accepted in this game, and then this game is just really more of that.
Yeah.
Does Chapu look like Tidus? Okay, worst. You definitely know this, but I'll say it for the people who don't. Fun fact, Chapu and Tidus have exactly the same face, but it's their hair that's different, which is why they look so hilariously different. But if you chop their hair off, their face is exactly
quick thing to, I guess, plug ourselves a little more, since we're talking about the original Final Fantasy X game. Chris and myself do plan on doing a race of Final Fantasy X eventually, at some point, probably next month.
Yes.
So, if you want to watch hilarities ensue with 30% gameplay and 70% movies and cutscenes, by all means.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever taken a race seriously in my life.
Yeah.
The last race I did, I raced Windows in FF8, and I think I paid attention to maybe 20% of the game.
I guess I could also explain what the heck's going on right now. So, Tobly, who is a promoter of sorts, who we haven't met because, you know, we're doing any percent and we don't go around places, even though we already would know who he is if we had actually gone around exploring everywhere. He's basically we're gonna go around and try to find some way to promote a concert that Yuna is going to perform to basically bring together the people of Spira, because the Youth League and New Yevon and the Machine Faction are all angry that their leaders have left, and so we need to perform a concert to basically calm everybody down. And Tobly's going to promote it for us.
As we all know, the way to get world peace, if anybody ever wanted to achieve it, you set all of the world leaders in a room, and then you play a ballad, and after 4 minutes it'll be fine, and all clouds will clear. It's a magical, novel way. It's just unfortunately they don't have a song yet.
Yeah. Yeah, a song is very important. But it's okay.
They just don't have one. They don't have lyrics to a song. They don't have a song. They just sort of steal one from the dress sphere last.
But don't worry, we will make one up. And I apologize to anyone's ears when I get to that part.
Yes.
Will they go back to Run FF1 anytime soon? I don't know. I've been a little busy with online marathons, with like this one, and ARPG Me at the beginning of the month, and NASA 2020. And another marathon that I moderate, so it's been busy. Probably sometime in July.
Right, well, the question is, can we start singing 1,000 words now in the 10 minutes of nothing? No. We have to sing along to the words of 1,000 words and then never have it again. Did Carl Waldgren do Yuna in this game? I don't know who Carl Waldgren is. Do you know who that is?
I recognize the name, but I would have to Google who the voice actor for Yuna is. Yeah.
Oh, Carrie Waldgren,
yeah,
first
Carrie
of all.
Waldgren.
I absolutely no idea who this is.
So this idiot's gonna punch a tree, try to find Tobly.
Yes.
Because as we know in Minecraft, the solution is to punch trees.
Who would like to hear a joke?
Yeah, who wants to hear a joke?
Final Fantasy X-2 themed joke. It's one I tell during every marathon. I apologize if you've heard it before, except I don't apologize. You can live with it. I have a question for you, Shadoway.
Yes.
What is Walker's surname?
I have no idea, Chris, even though I actually know. What is it?
I was gonna say, I told you this.
Yes, I know what it is, but I'm letting you do the punchline.
Of course. Yeah, I know. I'm playing along. His surname is obviously Mr. Walker Naidu for you. Oh, there. I'll take my applause. I'll leave the room.
Get it? Because
if you guys can just lay a red carpet for me to lavish among, that would be great.
Get it? Because the first song of the game is Real Emotion, and the lyrics are, "What can I do for you?"
I most definitely.
Exactly.
Well, the
A
more
friend of mine told me that joke, and I think I've used it uncredited now for about 3 years.
Now, simple, leave it to me. Oh, boy.
So yeah,
Sorry, I'm just watching the reactions fall in on chat like 25 seconds
we're
ago.
we're finally done with Moonflow. We've talked to Tobley. He's gonna send his Hypello team all over to Spirit to promote the concert that we do not have a song for.
Yeah.
Dude.
We brought the entirety of Spirit together for a concert, but we don't have a song. And only now do they sit around and go, hang on a minute. We haven't got a song, do we?
Yeah. I am very, very sorry for your ears for this part. I really am.
Oh, the minigame.
Yes.
Right. So, you remember how earlier I mentioned that minigames don't work? I'd be surprised, because you've either come here very soon or missed the 4 or 5 times I've mentioned it so far. This is supposed to be a rhythm game, so you press the button corresponding on the right, and as the ring touches the big circle, you press that button. However, it doesn't work like that. You can just spam all 4 buttons and get max rating.
So I'm just sitting here mashing buttons while I do this.
Yep. The noise is deafening. We're aware of that. Genuinely, it's a minigame that does not function as intended. It is complete nonsense. Also, remember, you have to get 900 or the run doesn't count.
Shut up, Chris.
It used to be 750, but last time you showed up and got 906. 959! Oh my god! Okay.
Okay.
It's almost time. Do you think people will show up?
Anyway, as for the song that we wrote, wrote in air quotes.
But what are you gonna sing?
Oh, this is another one of my my favorite lines of the game. So, Yuna's just like, hang on a minute, I think I've got something. I'm gonna hum it. And then Riku turns around and says...
Oh, did you write that?
Yeah. No, I hummed it.
It's more like I felt...
What, that humming? What do you think?
Len? I think so. I don't know much about her, but I'm learning more and more. Bits and pieces of her memories keep pouring in.
By the way, to give you guys context for the last minigame,
like I can feel
the
what
maximum score that you can get with a reward is 150. That's the maximum score you need for the highest reward.
Something like that?
Yep.
Hey, that was poetic.
That's how far over we go. And it's 750
We'll be
points at
arriving
least, or
soon.
the run isn't
After
accepted.
Buddy drops us off, he and the others will go pick up the spectators.
So we won't be able to board for a while.
You got it.
Wow, did you write that? Alright, so now we're gonna head to the Thunder Plains, which, you know, very smart to go there. There's not fiends there at all to go and, you know, snack on the concert goers or anything, right? Right?
No, none of them.
This was all very well thought out.
So yeah, genuinely, we get here, and they're like, oh yeah, there's a monster we have to take care of.
Yeah?
And if we let people in, it's just gonna commit all kinds of gory murder, so we have to go do something about that.
I completely forgot to split for Moonflow. It's fine. Don't worry.
Yeah, I saw.
Oh, yeah.
RPG Limit Break can't see you splitting, so I'm just not mentioning it when you're late.
Yep. So yeah, about those fiends we mentioned, there's one that showed up, and we gotta go beat it up.
There is a big old scary dragon.
Yep. That is immune to Flan's flare. So we
Unfortunately, we
might
need to keep Flan in the party, I think, right, in order to get XP.
Yes. So you think, hey, it's gonna be scary, right? But our goons are plenty, and it's only got about 7,000 health.
Yeah. You hope it doesn't cast Flame Breath in time, because if it does, I think people learn Fire. Because the creatures are essentially double lighten up as blue mages as well.
Yeah.
In one of the more annoying features of the speedrun. Obviously, it's really cool casually that you can have a spell cast on you, and that's how they learn the magic.
Yeah.
Very annoying in a speedrun when we only want them casting one ability over and over and over.
So here's Salamander. Totally looks like the Flame Dragon from Besaid, huh? It's like they reskin enemies or something.
They didn't even reskin it, man. It's the same thing. It's the same color. Yeah, Flare does nothing here. It's his guard. It's completely. But it doesn't matter. We'll just chip it down with physical attacks. Like we do enough damage.
Yes, we get singing. Don't worry.
Yeah.
We get singing with a green FMV, so you don't get to see the scene, but we'll sing. Because the Steam port, as we've mentioned, is flawless. There is absolutely nothing wrong. Even High Spirits is aware of the green screens for these games.
Yeah.
So
Had a chat before the run about it.
Yep.
We're landing.
So the airship comes back down. They're landing. Everybody is on board.
Don't need to worry about the chest, don't worry. So we're gonna talk to Brother, then Riku here. Okay, or talk to Shinra. Even though I was talking to Riku.
You're literally nowhere near her. That's some nonsense, right?
So, yeah, now the groups that we brought them together, and go figure, they're fighting.
The Yevonites are here too?
Green screens in 10.2 don't crash the game for whatever reason. It's only in 10 where it's an issue.
Yep.
So yeah, we put two differing factions very close to one another, politically charged and angry because their leaders have gone missing. And surprise, surprise, they're having a bit of an argument.
Yeah.
Alright, do you have the lyrics up?
I do.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to sing along with you because I can't hear it. So.
Yep. You're welcome. Alright, let me take a drink. You're welcome, everybody. Oh, hey, no green FMV. Let's go.
Green FMV. Oh my god. Okay, cool. Right, let's have a wonderful magical time.
I know that you're hiding things, using gentle words to shelter me. Your words were like a dream, but dreams could never fool me that easily. I acted so distant then, didn't say goodbye before you left. I was listening. You fight your battles far from me, far too easily. Save tears, 'cause I'll come back. I could hear you whisper as you walk through that door. But still, I swore to hide the pain. Back the pages.
Shouting might have been.
He's like over me.
What if I
expect you to depart? But now I'm not afraid to say what's in my heart. 'Cause 1,000 words called out through the ages, they'll fly to you. Even though I can't see, I know that reaching you, suspended on silver wings. 1,000 words, 1,000 embraces will cradle you, making all of your weary days so far away. They'll hold you forever.
Now we're just gonna have a bit of a cheeky instrumental break.
Yep. Oh, 1,000 words, 1,000 pay to you. They'll carry you home.
Come back into my arms,
suspended on silver wings. And 1,000 words called out through the ages, they'll cradle you, making all of your lonely years to only days. They'll hold you forever. Oh, 1,000 words.
There, you're welcome.
Thank you, thank you.
I was very much trying to follow Shadowway on that one because I knew the harmonics and the notes and the different things that he did, and he didn't, so I was trying to keep up with. Oh boy.
I'm ugly, Greg. You're welcome, chat. We did it for you.
Inconceivable!
We can normally skip that too, by the way, so...
Yep, that's normally skippable. You FMV buffer the FMV before that and then skip 1,000 words.
Yes.
And normally I like to bait chat into thinking that we're totally going to listen to 1,000 words and then suddenly out of nowhere, bang, skip, done.
Yep.
Unfortunately, sort of peer pressured into that. I'm sure many of you will say that I volunteered, but you know, I...
Genius. If you're done playing, let's go.
I won and lost the lottery just now.
Lost your nerve?
Hey, we're talking about Vegnagon. How the heck do you fight that thing?
Fun fact, my girlfriend just DM'd me and said such beautiful singing and done voluntarily too. What a hero. Voluntarily.
I've got a plan.
If it doesn't work?
Death will be my apology.
Whatever, man. When a Death Seeker dies,
Yes, we
it's
hope
no
you
apology.
enjoyed our beautiful singing. Give us both a follow if you enjoyed it.
What about LeBlanc?
We'd appreciate it.
I normally sing quite quietly, so people can't notice how badly out of tune I am. But unfortunately, it was nothing but sing louder, so they...
Why did it cut off like that? Ugh, just when he was getting to the juicy bits!
my fault.
Also,
piece of
LeBlanc and Nuge are in love. She's upset that the movie sphere cut off after we found out where Nuge and Gipple are, and she's very upset about the missing the juicy bits.
I want to try talking to Shu Yin.
Yeah, I just.
I have to tell him how Len felt.
Some of the dialogue can
I'm
very
sure
much
he'll
be skimmed
understand.
over in this game, and don't worry about.
Alright, so another one of those we have to wait for a certain point to trigger. It's basically when the music changes that we can skip the scene there.
Mm.
And that's chapter 4 of 5.
Yeah, so upcoming is the wonderful boss rush.
Yep.
Alright, dog sheet. Yeah. The notes say in big blue letters, skip 1,000 words. Ah, if only notes. If only you knew
If
what
only
we have to
you
go.
knew.
So, a cheeky little menu again, just getting flan, more magic. Black
Whoops.
Power gives us 15, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
Bit more magical. Help when we don't deal like maximum 9999 damage on. So, boss rush. This used to be.
Oh yeah. Real quick. We don't know who we are at this point, so we need to come up with a name for ourselves. Can chat guess what it is? Anybody? Anybody?
I can't even remember.
What are we called now? Does it matter?
Good point.
All right, here we
All I know
go.
is surging.
This is what we're called. We're called surging, and then I skip it. So we're just called surging now. We're not even the gull wings.
It's something like the surging, flying, ultimate friendly neighborhood gull wings. It's
Yeah.
something like.
It's surging, flapping neighborhood gull wings. But we're called surging.
Yeah. Every Aeon that we didn't fight the dark variety of earlier on, we now have to go and kill. They're a tad more powerful than the ones earlier, but we'll go through them about as quickly as we did earlier. There used to be an old route where we didn't use flan. You fed 5 budget grenades to some Machina, and they cast Assault, which gave them haste and Berserk, I think.
Yeah. Something
You
like
had
that.
to hope that they cast that very, very at the beginning of the fights, and then you'd save time. It was a little, very much dice rolly.
Yeah.
And nowadays with Flan it's considerably easier. Because of it, Dark Sisters, which is the next fight, Maga Sisters, is also considerably easier. Which I'm really glad about, because the Dark Maga Sisters fight doesn't... I believe it's a contender for one of the worst fights in RPGs.
So I am going to do a safety save here for marathon safety.
Yeah. Yeah, always. Just in case something goes wrong. It shouldn't, but just in case.
Yeah.
I do believe that Maga Sisters are one of the worst fights.
Because
in,
if we die here, we're gonna have to fight Shiva again. So.
So one of the worst designed bosses in RPGs is a big bold claim, but I think I can back it up. The sisters don't have an ATB. They attack randomly. Which means they can get like 5 or 6 goes in a row where you don't get a turn. So, if you go down here with like a fairly normal-ish, level 40-ish, 50-ish party, they can just kill you before you get a turn. It's unlikely that they'll kill you before you get a turn, but they can. But even recovering it is hell, because you can just not get enough turns in between to recover. It's literal nonsense. No, that's not a good one for the flare to land on. You want one of them dead as soon as possible. Okay, there we go.
I got one.
They hit. Good luck.
2.
Okay, cool. Nice, clean fight. Yeah, they die so quickly here that it's not as much of a problem, but whew! When you have 7,000 health, and Cindy opens with like 5 Pasados, which is gravity-based damage, and puts everyone in critical, it feels really...
Alright, gonna do another cheeky menu here. Real quick. I'm gonna swap my clan to warrior. Then I'm gonna swap out his ring for an iron bangle for more health.
So ring is the thing that makes him
Heal
have like
everybody.
little to no health. Iron bangle is the thing that makes him have... He wants to have more than 1250 HP. The reason why he wants to have 1250 HP, Tail, an enemy later on, starts with an attack that does a fixed 1250 damage. If Flan doesn't have that, he dies immediately, and it makes the Tail fight so much harder. That's why getting the experience on Barrelite earlier is so important. As you can see, just beforehand, the Flan had 1269 HP. We'll get a little bit more from Anima. It means we won't die. Like, out of the gate. Anima?
Dead.
Very scary
No,
fight
yeah.
casually. Dead. Yeah, pretty much dead here instantly. But very scary fight casually.
Dead. Dead.
Yeah. After a certain amount of time in the fight elapses, always the same amount of time varying on ATB, he casts Oblivion, and it's like unavoidable.
Yeah.
Casually, difficult-ish boss if you don't have a lot of burst damage out of the gate. Here, not an issue. Just kill it.
Yeah, just kill it.
Just kill it. Just kill it, Forehead. Flan will have like 1300 odd HP right now, right?
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that. So he's a pretty chonk boy.
I'm gonna play it safe here with the fence. Might as well.
I think you have to. It'll always proc when you run up to it.
Yeah. Gonna wait. Otherwise, we have to fight.
Wait.
Or it just shows back up instantly, like that.
Yeah, I think it always procs when you get close to it, so you have to get really close to it, wait for it to proc, and then you run straight.
Yeah. There we go.
Yeah, so every time you hit those procs in encounter, you don't want that. Same with this gate here. You wait, get really close, it procs, you go straight through, hold jump here, over the laser, and then onto the piano. There's a whole minigame here where you have to touch notes on the floor and then input them. Luckily, we know the notes in advance. We can just skip straight past the minigame. The minigame is infuriating if you've played it ever casually and tried to figure it out by yourself, because the notes aren't necessarily in a conventional order. They're just random and you have to figure it out.
Yeah.
It's a high budget meme.
True. True,
Oh. I've never heard it described that way. I'm totally stealing that. A high budget meme. So you walk up to this gate, let it proc, run straight through. And then another set of piano. Again, we know it luckily. It's far me far so don't. Dun, dun, dun.
Alright, just gonna scroll ahead to after the melody platforms in my guide here. After this next cutscene, I'm gonna need you to, obviously, pay attention to chat.
So, some more cutscenes. It will reveal that Pain actually has a character. Hard to believe. I'm not even sure I believe it myself, but she does. She used to
Yeah.
be well-
Yeah, right when we're at the end of the game.
Yeah.
Well then, please, you.
She used to be in a hit squad for training for certain things, the Criminal Squad. I won't go into it that much.
Yeah.
With Gipple, Noosh, and Baralai. 3 of those went off to become leaders of their faction, and Pain went to become a Spear Hunter. So they've never spoken about what happened on that fateful day. They all shot one another. It's amazing they're this amicable now.
do you got in mind for fun? Any ideas, Dr. P?
Me?
Yeah, they have a bit of a chat.
A ship that glides through the air. That thing
And then
you
Payne
mentioned.
goes, oh, I wonder what happened to that carefree
real?
spirit
I wanna
who
fly.
smiled and wasn't
You
Yeah.
get to be pilot then.
permanently
And
listening
maybe
to
I'll
like
try my
My
hand at
Chemical
navigation.
Romance relating towards the lyrics.
Crawling in
Yeah.
my
The
skin.
engineer.
Wait, that's Linkin Park.
Yep, Linkin Park, no.
Nuge?
Not quite, but close.
Captain.
I should note, I'm not normally this talkative.
that's
I'm usually
perfect.
pretty chill. Not norm.
You'd let an amateur be captain.
I blame myself for that. I am more
Yeah.
talkative.
Chill out, Noogster. All you gotta do is shut up and look
So
important.
what
You'll
have you
fit the
got? Oh,
part.
melody minigame, right? Yeah,
Like a
I'll
club.
Yes.
explain that as we do it. It's a horrible
I'll
minigame.
work it like
Yes.
It works as intended, which is like unique for this game. Honestly, a minigame working as intended.
What happened to...
Alright,
She's in...
gonna open my
Well,
notes
wait.
now.
Your captain
Yeah.
and...
So, if you have any questions for me, relay them to Chris, please.
So, wonderful minigame here. This is like the previous area, but you can't just play the note on a piano. You have to find the notes in order and then step on the platform that corresponds to that note. So the movement here is very specific. So what most runners do during this bit is they just stare at their note.
Yeah. Which is what I'm doing now.
Yeah. So it's this very, very specific movement to play the song that was playing before. You're supposed to look through the negator and see all the different notes proc in all of the different orders. I
Yep.
can't say I really like it.
Yeah, nobody really does.
It does work as intended, which isn't like the rest of the game. So, yeah. Alright, my notes don't even say the notes, they just tell you where to go.
Yep.
So far, everything's been done.
I'm
Just
I'm almost done.
Yeah. And then back down, back up, and then left, and then jump across. Yeah, you got it. There we are, and that's it. Well, you know,
Right.
actually, I'll wait for you to do this
Hey.
last one before I say it.
Hey Chad, I can see you again.
There we are, and up we go. You know the way this works, and that you've done it right, is
If
the
this plays
cutscene
twice,
immediately
yeah.
blocks up. So this bit here is normal, but if it opens another cutscene afterwards, you've done it right. Otherwise, it'll open in battle. In JP PS2, you can get catnip early and just kill it. So you don't ever bother doing these puzzles, because
Yeah.
you kill it with catnip and trigger happy too quick.
Alright.
And this cutscene signifies and indicates that he did indeed do it properly.
Yep.
There's always a certain fear in the back
So-
of your mind, oh god, what if I haven't done it properly? We did it.
So, hey Lunacy. As you can see in the foreground, there's Vecnagun. We're finally here at the final area of the game.
I got a hunch that once we go...
Finally here, at the final area of the game.
It was all
I have
about...
a hunch that once we go ahead, we cannot go back, which
Yeah.
is RPG speak for this is the last area, you can save and do all the side quests now.
Yeah.
Fun fact, the enemies that spawn if you proc the gates are just a reskin of Nemesis from Final
Yes.
Fantasy X as well.
Yes. Dark matter percent. Lol.
That's booster percent, fun fact. That's all my route. You just turn on boosters, you get 99 of every item, and then you throw dark matters at everyone for the rest of the
Total barrel up.
Yeah, easy.
There is one whole strap. If you do too much damage to Tail, he will double swipe as opposed to swipe and then laser. Have some words encore? Yeah. We can do 1,000 words encore. It's called clicking on video and then looking at the VOD when we sang it.
Alright, so now I've got an input break for about 4 minutes here.
He won't die.
Yeah.
Shuyun will abandon Barrel.
So Riku has a big
Then he'll come back for me.
leader-like speech in which she spouts nonsense.
My body has already been rigged. I'm taking Shuyun with me.
She says, "I'm sick of people dying around me, even though they all asked. I'm really sad that the Faith went, even though that they were tired of dreaming and wanted to be killed.
You're our captain.
I'm tired that that Tidus had to go. It's it's like she forgets the reason why everyone had to go and be like, actually,
I don't like your plan.
I don't like this.
It sucks.
I want everyone to live and have to suffer whilst they do.
Your plan is awful. Think about it.
I feel kind of bad
It's
that
no
we
different
plugged
than what
ourselves
we
so
did
much
2 years
during this
ago.
run. I normally hate plugging myself.
I don't like it. You've plugged yourself, thank you very much.
Yeah.
There is no we here. I've been very
We
good
didn't
at
have a
that.
choice then.
Yeah.
We believed that was the only way we could save Spira.
I'm very reserved
what
when it
it
comes to
felt like
things
to
like
watch
that.
them die?
So here, Eunice's talks, do you know what it felt like
was
to
the
watch
only
them
thing we could
die?
It was the only choice
It's
we had.
always pain. We did the only thing we could do. It was the only choice we had. These words keep echoing around my head. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, it's because they were true.
Through with it without ever doubting
Like,
myself.
there was no,
But I
like, goading the truth in a certain direction so you can be accepting of a bad decision you made. The decision they took in the last game was the only choice they could have made that spared the sufferings of, hundreds of thousands of people, if not
Everyone was
even
so
more in
happy.
Spira, and
Great job.
Yuna
Yuna.
just
You
conveniently
did
forgets
it.
that.
You saved us all.
She doesn't like the idea of killing Shuyin.
Too many
She
smiles to count.
wants him to be reunited with
And I know
Len,
that
who
I
was
was
her
moving
long-lost
too.
partner. And her genius plan is love.
I look back.
She thinks that love is going to solve all of the problems. So she dresses up as Len and walks up to It goes as well as you think it would. Genuinely.
The ones
Like,
who should be
I don't
smiling when we
know
aren't here.
what they ever thought
He
was
had no
going to
choice.
happen. He gets within 10 feet of her and goes, hang on a minute, you're not the girl I've literally desperately seeked out this entire time. You have slightly shorter
had no
hair. I can
choice.
recognize it's not you. And then we just
Always
bash
we
him
had
over
no
the head
choice.
and
Those are our magic
defeat
words.
him
We
in
repeat them to
battle.
ourselves again and again. But
So
you
not
know,
only
the magic
are
never
Yuna's
worked.
words wrong, but they're
only
also
thing we're
hollow.
left with
Uh,
is regret.
Anyway, that is my rant of this scene. out
Yeah.
of the way. How's it going, Chataway?
It's going good.
He knows what I'm like. He just let me do it.
Yeah, I just let you go. I'm just sitting here talking to chat. You know. Pretty soon
Yeah,
I'll be able
love
to.
solves all.
Pretty soon I'll be able to mash through scenes again.
I don't want friends to die or fade away.
Basically, when the camera changes back
I
to
don't want
Nuge
battles
after
where
this.
we have to lose in order to win.
She doesn't want to lose in battles in order
Nuge, I know
for
that what you say
people to win,
is
but
what you need to
unfortunately,
do.
because of the way the world works and the
Give me
corrupt
your
system and
resolve.
the way that the
Believe in
faith
you now.
had to conjure everything up in order to dream out the old Zanuck, and it had to be that way. But again, just conveniently forgetting all of these cheeky little facts.
Hey, no matter how monstrous it looks, so we can take.
Yeah.
You never used to be the.
I mean, to be fair, Shuyin wants his one true love,
Yep.
and Yuna isn't
And
it.
it never was great like a good.
Len was definitely a considerably better singer than Yuna as well. Can you imagine having to go back, be like, yeah, let's make music, and then it's Yuna who's the one singing?
It looks like we can stop.
So the grand plan that we have for taking down Vegnagun, we realize it's a machina. It's got multiple body parts. We can take it down by beating its multiple body parts and relying on teamwork and such.
Yeah.
Spoiler
and
alert.
because of teamwork, we only have to kill one part of the body, whilst everybody else takes care of the other parts.
Yes.
Isn't that right, Shadowy?
Yes, we promise. We will only be taking care of one body part. Just one. I promise.
Yes, just the one. It's not a final boss rush, it's just one final boss.
Yeah.
Which is Tail. We only have to kill Tail and nothing more.
Although Tail is the hardest of the body parts, by far. It's very scary. So I am going to, well, not really concentrate, because I could literally just sit there and hold it. We're just going to bless RNG for that part.
Yeah, all damage done from Yuna by Tail to everybody else is fixed.
Yes.
So it will always deal the same amount of damage. The only nonsense I've seen is keeping stars on high, and they die to the higher damage poison hit that chains with the 12 damage. That's the highest meme I've seen.
Also, guys, I'm pretty sure Vegnagun is a Pokemon, because I think it's evolving.
Oh.
It's
Yeah, it's evolving, and later on it gets a chest cannon. It's a chest cannon.
Yes, chest cannon in terms of PG-13.
Yes.
What? Vegnagun has evolved into a thing with black wings! What?
He has several evolutions.
Yeah.
Now it's just ethereal black wing cockroach thing.
I should note, we're gonna be done with the run in about, like, 10-15 minutes, just to let the, you know, the next runner know. We're gonna be done in, like, 10-15 minutes here.
The stars aren't in the original game. The stars are a creature-exclusive battle system. So they were in JP PS2, but they went in NA PS2, or EU.
Congratulations, your Vegnagun evolved into scrap metal!
It will be after we're done with it.
But yeah, like I said, got about 10-15 minutes left here before we're done.
One of the cool things about this lad is he's controlled by a piano. I'm not sure I've ever seen that in an RPG before.
Yeah.
You control him by playing the piano.
Yeah. That is pretty cool.
Which, yeah. Can you imagine that? How suspicious would that be? All the priests in Bavel one day just started learning how to play the piano. Would you not, like, question it maybe a little bit?
Alright, we're gonna have 5 stars and we're gonna pray.
Yep, all you can do in this boss, there's no turning down stars to reduce damage. You will always deal the same amount of damage.
I've got my fingers crossed. With my hands off the controller. There's the 1250. That's scripted.
Yeah, 1250. Flan has a lot of health left, and then we hope the first laser doesn't hit the Flan. If it does, it's not the end of the world. I think we're fairly safe. Flan's cast time is longer now because he's on Warrior and not Thief. Cool. Okay, nobody even died. Super far. That's like the only one that can go really badly wrong.
Yep. Everything else is smooth sailing.
What's next?
Uni, they're in trouble!
And surprise, surprise, our teammates are useless and we have to go help them.
Boss, let's get
because there's no I in teamwork, right? Wait.
Yeah.
Who can heal us when we get home?
There's no I in teamwork, but there is a talk.
Yeah. I can Mega Potion.
Yeah, you Mega Elixir. Oh, well, oh, you can Mega Potion as well, it doesn't really matter. You get the Mega Elixir from killing time.
Yeah, I'll Mega Elixir after, like... That way I can save up, like, as much MP as I can.
Yeah, I don't think it'll matter, but it's whatever. These platforms can only be jumped on from certain angles.
Yep.
This is jumping in a non-platformer game in like a late PS2 era game, so obviously that means the jumping doesn't really work.
What are you doing here? I'll let you have this one. I'm going to go cheer Nucci on. Got it!
Alright, so here's the legs. Same deal. We're just gonna pray. The cores you see up there can do a lot of different attacks.
It's a bit of a pain if he kills one at the end of the battle, because after the battle ends, he has 3 scripted attacks.
Yeah. Like that.
Yeah, protect is fine, but then, yeah, that sucks. Actually, nobody died, so...
Yep. That's why I grabbed the Phoenix Downs for safety for leg. That's really it. But we don't really need any more experience anyway, so...
Yeah. You only need the experience on Flan to get through Tail.
Yeah. Alright, so another
Once you've got through that,
cheeky menu here. Gonna swap back to Thief, and then put the ring back on.
So putting him back on Thief, lower health.
And then full heal everybody.
Yeah, everybody gets lower health, but it's fine. Because now they don't need, like, the Flan doesn't need, like, 700 more health.
Yeah.
Because we're just back to one-shotting things that can't really deal any damage to us before we...
I will defeat the Vagnabus, don't worry. I've got you.
Yeah, fun fact actually about Vegnagun. Its original creators were the Venga Boys. A little bit of Final Fantasy trivia for all of you.
I'm gonna close my notes now because I don't need them anymore.
There is now.
This thing just keeps on taking.
There's 3 whole more bosses left.
Yep.
Do it.
And unsurprisingly, our teammates could not deal with it, so we just kept
What a shock. They're useless.
I mean, who would, like, actually win? You know, a former set of elite soldiers with someone who saved the world, or one watery boy?
Yeah. My bet's on the watery boy.
You'd be right. You'd be right. The watery boy is indeed successful.
Yeah.
We did it! Phew.
Yeah, big damage. Core has 36k HP.
Yeah.
Last straight through.
Alright, 2 more fights left. We got the head,
2 more fights.
And then we got the bad boy shooting himself.
Well, I mean, we might not have Shuyin. What if our plan of love works?
Oh yeah, our plan of love is going to work. I believe in it. I believe that head's gonna be the last boss. Let's go, chat. We believe.
Yeah.
Love is going to work. I'm kidding, it doesn't work. It doesn't...
Finished indeed.
Paralyzed!
Oh yeah, and Shuyin possessed Paralyzed at one point. That's why he actually
Spira
appeared
is
and attacked us in
finished.
chapter 2 or 3. He starts playing a merry, happy song.
Yep.
Vegnagon wakes up. He's like, "What? The moonlight sun up? Oh, that's my angry attack."
What? Vegnagun is evolving.
Yeah, remember what I said earlier?
He's panicking.
It's just a chest cannon.
End it now.
Nothing
It's
else. This is PG-13.
Chest cannon, chat. It's a chest cannon.
See, look how chest cannon it is.
Yes.
Look how it's a nothing else, nothing else. Also, what? Vecnagun is evolving again. What?
Yeah. Honestly, fitting that gun in there is like fitting. It's like it's a Mary Poppins bag. The insides of Vecnagun. How he fits that in there?
Scrap metal has evolved into Butterfly with a chest cannon.
I'm still fully on board with calling it a cockroach.
Yeah, that's fine.
Come.
So the two sides have to be killed, and then you just get ahead. I think the two sides have like 2,500 health. He will heal them at some point, but we should kill them before he rests.
The head, if it gets any attacks off, it's literally just going to waste time reviving them like that.
Yeah, unlucky.
And it's dead.
There you go. Yeah, alright, cool. But yeah, Flam was already casting Flare on the head, so like...
So time's going to be coming up in like 2.5 minutes, because we have a cutscene first. So...
we get to see whether the wonderful plan of love worked.
Hey, HS, you want me to call time like a minute or two later because of, you know, slight delay? Or, sorry, a second or two. Not a minute.
Well, there's no way of you knowing because you split time pretty much like instantly as soon as he dies, unless you're counting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
The estimate time was very generous.
Yes, we purposely made a generous estimate because a lot can go wrong.
Honestly, outside of capturing, everything went really well. Third try code, first try pedestal, no nonsense with tail. Everything went like about as well as it.
Yeah, I thought about lowering the estimate to 250, but again, I wasn't sure.
Yeah, this game is very volatile in terms of time save. We just got
grateful
honestly pretty good RNG throughout the run.
Aside from Creature Creator.
Aside from the first, aside from the first 10 minutes in which we lost like a minute, and then everything else was fine.
Also purposely wasting a minute so we could listen to 1,000 words and sing it for all of you.
Yeah. Yeah, that too. Yeah.
So yeah, now we're gonna see if the plan of love works. Spoiler alert, it doesn't.
He leaves paralyzed body, he takes a look up, he looks at you, gets ever so faded.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, even with not skipping 1,000 words, it only lost a minute because I skipped the other one that we did the FMV buffer. We're supposed to do the FMV buffer on, because that one is 3 minutes long, and you have to watch the whole thing if you're gonna skip 1,000 words.
No.
We have time to sing it again. Oh dear God.
I think I'm good on that one.
Yeah.
Be strong, Yuna.
Alright, well let's see if Terror of Xanakin goes off, because if not enough damage goes off, it's like 30 seconds of nonsense whilst he does like a really slow attack when flares going
time.
off, lots of attacks on time, yeah. that was like a really good run, honestly.
Yeah. Alright, so real quick, before we, set up and switch for the next game, I want to thank you guys so much for having me. As I said, this was my first run I ever have done on RPG Limit Break, so I'm very honored and privileged to be here. I know it didn't really show because I wasn't talking much, but I'm super honored to be here. And glad I could showcase this. But yeah. I'm Shadoway, that's Christenarium. We both run a lot of RPGs if you want to follow either of us. And yeah, we hope you guys enjoyed the memes, because I had a lot of fun. Did you have a lot of fun?
I had a lot of fun despite one segment of 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Which I will grow to hate and resent.